All right, welcome in everybody. One of my most look forward games to coming back to that I've had in quite a long while. We did a bit of this back in, January-ish, and absolutely had a blast. We kind of got to the point that we had hit up against where the storylines had been developed, and I just wanted to save it and savor it when those were done. So here we are. This is launch day for Cyberknights. I've been really looking forward to this one. There's no two ways about that. So I did a little bit of a poll and asked people if we wanted to kind of redux the same group that we had or wanted something new, and it was pretty overwhelmingly voted that we should do some new peeps. So I spent a little bit of time working up some new characters. Hey bruh, hey Slice, how's it going? Hey J-Rob, time to get digital, that's right. Yeah, welcome in, guys. So yeah, we'll see what we got here. A couple of new additions to the game. Pretty excited. I didn't continue to cover updates, but in typical Trust Brothers fashion, I mean, like clockwork, they have updated this game since we've been playing. So many fixes, many additions, tons and tons of content. I think they did delay. There's a new class, and they were going to launch it today, but they delayed a few days because they weren't quite happy with the QC on it, which I'm totally fine with. I'd rather have things that come out and work than things come out and not work. So totally fine with that. Okay, let's go ahead and hop in. I probably am in the wrong spot on my camera. I seem to remember we had kind of a weird camera position in this game. But for now, we'll just have to start with where we have it. Okay, so new game. By the 23rd century, there are only 112 cities left. It's been 40 years since the eco collapse, 70 since we Q-bombed the last artificial consciousness to death. Now, world storms have settled to a record low, and they tell us that peak nano fallout has passed. They say things will get better now. But who believes anything that comes from the megacorps? Anyone who can hope to afford a better life off-world is trying to get on an orbital or out to the colonies. That's why we're all here, working in the shadows as mercenaries. We want something better too. We're just street level operatives, but not for much longer. We're about to get a Cyberknights computer spliced into your spine. It's illegal, it's dangerous, and it will change everything. The Megacorps created Cyberknights as the first quantum secured data couriers. Soon, the Corps adapted their cybernetic implants to fight their quiet wars of espionage, sabotage, and murder. These upgraded Cyberknights quantum riders offered unparalleled processing, coordination, and cube warfare capabilities. But after a few decades, hundreds of knights had deserted or gone rogue. The Corps outlawed their kind and started hunting them. Surviving knights became the world's elite shadow operators for hire. You're about to get one of those implants. We're about to step up into a whole new game. If we build the right team and back the right power players, we could earn enough to buy a reset for the rest of our lives, Choppa. It won't be easy. Who knows what we might get mixed up in? Probably secrets the syndicates or megacorps would kill for. But this is our chance. Let's do this. Nice little intro screen they added there to give us a little bit of flavor on your way on in. Hey, Gustavo, welcome in. Bruh is number 2 king. Welcome. Hey, Ace of Spades, how's it going? Okay, so I am going to use a few of the same things we used last time because I just liked the build and I didn't feel like we were really done with it when we had finished. So for our Cyber Knight here, we are going to play the Betrayed Detective. There are different choices here, and depending on these choices, they do change your trait options. So each of these 4, I believe, have 3 different traits that you can get. I didn't have a strong opinion last time about stats. Reaction gives us the extra move speed, extra initiative per 5. That's pretty good. Strength is really nice because it'll give us less gun recoil. We are going to go assault rifle again, I think. So having some decent strength is pretty nice. Willpower, extra armor is nice. Having the extra stress resistance is pretty nice. Sucks when your Cyberknight gets stressed out. You're kind of dead in the water for a little bit. I think I'm just going to go with the basic stats here. I don't think I'm going to switch anything around. Trait-wise, I did think about Determined Hound because I do like the legwork bonus, but I can't say no to the extra assault rifle accuracy and ballistic damage. I just really like that build that we had been working on. Ace of Spades says, never seen this game. Just came out in 1.0. We played it back in January in early access, and it was already very good. It basically, it's like cybernetic XCOM heist game, I guess is a fair way to say it. Very cyberpunk. Weapons, we're of course going to start with the assault rifle and silenced pistol. For our cybernetic, we are going to stick with the display link. I like that extra range accuracy. So already we have a +8 to accuracy with assault rifles, which is just crazy good in my opinion. Talent-wise, this is just what we start with. So we have look ahead, pre-computed advantage, and security scramble. We don't have my baby yet, but we will get that ASAP. And for appearance here, they did also add a new hair system into the game with more realistic looking hair. I didn't love the aesthetic when I was messing with it. I only had like 5 minutes before stream to play with it. So there's an option that you can use the legacy hair. I think I'm going to use the legacy hair. I just feel like it fits the aesthetic more than the somewhat realistic hairstyles look. So I'm going to stick with that. I am also going to import. Okay, so I'm not done here, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of character crafting, but I at least got us a base to kind of start from. So this is similar to what we had on the other one. I do want to change the colors though. This is gonna be noir, I think is gonna be our call sign. I want to bring that down, maybe to like a gray. We can also change this in game, so I'm not completely like set and done. And then we want to change here. I do love that black and red aesthetic. It really, really reminds me of the Arachnos faction from City of Villains, of all places. But maybe we'll start with the white. Zoom back out here. Yeah, that's all right. And then I think I need to darken up his beard a little bit. I feel like that beard's a little on the bright side. We're not changing the beard here, bro. Okay, can I do an F10? F10 was the... Oh, it is! Be specific. Beard doesn't change colors in legacy hair. I am going to put in a bug report just because they are so good about these. Change here. The color doesn't change. Whoa. I can also type, I swear. Oh, no, not. There we are. Doesn't change colors. All right. I'm okay with that, though. This is a low priority. Yeah. If I got to fix it, we would go to kind of a little bit of a gray in the beard there, but that's okay. We can fix that later on. I don't mind the little brownish beard there. Maybe he just has a little bit lighter beard. Okay, let me get one more eye look. Yeah, I think we're going to start with that at least. Okay, now here's one of the cool things. So you actually get to design your whole team, or at least your starting team, when you start a run. So yeah, we get to do all these characters, and we get to do some selections here. There's a few new ones from where we were last time. I'm going to use some of the same ones, and I'm going to use some different. Love XCOM, suck at it though. This still might be up your alley. To me, it plays like a less punishing XCOM. Not to say that it's easy, but the classic pistols. The OG Heartless. We're not going to be Heartless, and we're not going to be Mixtape. I don't think, no. This is going to be Noir. I also don't love that the lighting in this room is so blown out. When you're designing characters, it really helps when you have a more neutral light. Just random feedback there. Okay, there is a new hacker you can start with a new background. Okay, so let me back up here for people who didn't see the first playthrough. One of the huge, amazing mechanics in this game and in their previous title, Star Traders Frontiers, is we make contacts. These are like NPCs, like quest givers, but they're like way more than that. We're gonna make allies, frenemies with people like cyberdocs, with gun runners, with drug dealers. And these are the people that are our merchants and our quest givers and our helpers. It's a really, really cool system. In addition, all of these starting characters, I think every character, has a background. So if I picked Remy here, Remy has a totally different background than Dade has. So you're going to have different friends and foes in their backstory. Like, he worked with Brave Star, and she did... What did she do? She did like some corpo job. So you could totally switch up your playthrough a little bit, and each one of these characters has their own little story that goes along with it. The Terran Republic from PlanetSide, that also would work there. Hey Mustafa, good evening. When is the next House of Legacy? It will probably be either next Saturday or Sunday. I haven't quite nailed that down yet. I think for this playthrough, we are going to do Dade again, but not Dade. We're just going to use Dade as our starting. He's been buffed quite a bit from when we played him before. So this is going to be our hacker. Very, very important character in a cyberpunk setting, obviously. So he's a digital thief ex-con. The newest addition of the team, not Dodd, came up in the world as a self-taught digital thief. An unlucky trick landed him in Brave Star's infamous Barton prison. Has a friend Diego, who's a weapon smuggler, who helped him escape during the Los Zagales raid on the prison in the 30s. Dade is a wanted criminal, with Brave Star still actively hunting those who survived the bloody prison break. So these are his traits. He's a digital ex-thief. He has digital rush and calm. Talents, he has packet loss, hardshell, and overclock. We'll look at these when we're actually in game. Appearance-wise, he's not Dade. Actually, this is gonna be Red Hat. This is Red Hat. He's a bit of a... styles himself as a bit of a gentleman thief. And that's gonna be our hacker. We're going to grab the paper because I totally thought ahead to actually have some name stuff ready this time. Learning my lesson from before. Rename. What do I have here? Oh, yes. Okay, does anyone get my reference on this name? His name is going to be Dennis Nedry. And they get a code name when they start a mission. We learned our lesson about fiddling with that. So this is Dennis Nedry. He's going to be known as Red Hat once he can get his nickname. So I thought that was just kind of a very different character than Ghost Dancer that we had before. Next up, we are going to stick with the Vanguard, but you could pick the Agent. So the Agent is more of a digital stealthy character, a little less stealthy, a little more digital, whereas the Vanguard's a little more ninja-esque. And for this one, we're going to import... I am going to bring back my favorite from the previous playthrough, Neko. Everyone's favorite cyber weeb is back for more. Somehow she survived from the previous crew and has landed herself in another group. I am going to make a little change here just to fit in with the aesthetics of our new crew here. Rather than the red, we'll go with the gray on the armor there. So this is Neko. She's going to be our Vanguard, our resident weeb ninja. Hey, Raphael, how's it going, man? Excited for the new run? They've added a ton since last time. Yes, they have. Gustav says, I love this game. Yes. And who knows, maybe as we get some new characters, we may see some fan favorites returning. So we shall see. So Neko is back for more. Next up, we have our face. They added 2 more faces in the patch today. Also, Face is very different from when we played. When we played, they were a story character, but they didn't really have stats, or they didn't do anything. Now they actually have stats that do things, and these are quite different faces here. So they have Cunning, which gives us some extra delay. They give us some Headhunter chance. They give us heat reduction. They have Persuasion, which gives us legwork chance, mission payment, and Handling, which is XP and stress reduction. And so you can see here 552, 372, 237. So quite different stats. I think we're gonna stick with this one. Again, we didn't really get to finish the story, and I thought that the story was interesting enough. I'd like to see it through. However, we are not gonna bring back Wallflower. This time we are gonna bring in, now I'm not 100% on this name yet. I went with Masquerade. I kind of like the idea. I was thinking maybe just Mask. I'm not sure on that one. Go back here. Do I have another name? No. Talitha? No, I don't think we're a Talitha. Just randomize something I don't care about. This is a Sally Drake, and codename. Of course, I deleted it, even though I had it spelled in here for myself. Masquerade. I'm not sure about, Masquerade or just Mask. I like the idea of a face. So a face character, for anyone who doesn't play like cyberpunk type stuff, is like your charisma character. They're usually like the person who like makes deals and does social stuff. Kind of the wheeler and dealer of the party. Red and Black Blood Angels. Could be. Still waiting for someone named Trojan. That would be a good hacker name, actually. I actually was very tempted, and maybe I'll use this for one of our hackers at some point, but I thought about Nigerian Prince. He's the Nigerian Prince. You should definitely respond to his email. Just that small amount of money and he can transfer his fortune to you. So, I don't think Sally is going to work here. I think we're going to go Mary, because Mary Mask. Masquerade, or... I'm kind of married to the idea because I like the idea. I like the glasses that have kind of sort of a mask look to them. I think we're going to go Mask, but do I spell it weird? Like Masquerade, which I think that's French, I want to say. Or do we say Mask as in, I think we're going to be weird. It's cyberpunk. I can spell it however I want. Yeah. We're going to start with that. I can always change it later. Again, one of the things I really like is that I can just edit things if I don't like it later. So, kind of similar to the other one, I just like the look. Kind of a up classy gal. You can't see it, she's actually got an implant up here. Everyone on the group basically has that implant. So I just like the idea of the little, almost, I guess Cyberpunk did, but I was gonna say Ghost in the Shell plug-in. Mask sounds better, yeah. Well, and I like the idea of it's Masks Masquerade. So, okay, we'll go with that. We can always change things if we change our mind. So we're using the same character, but we're not doing Wallflower this time. Next up, I believe these were all in game before. We have two different soldier options, and again, these have different stories, so they do have different things that will happen. But I did like the gunslinger. We are not going to have Tin Clip to get us started today, though. As much as I loved to hate Tin Clip, it is not going to be Tin Clip today. Instead, we're going to go with Saint. Now, one thing I didn't like here, I don't like her haircut. Let's actually read this. The reason why. The only child of a famous street outlaw, Sid was trained by her father from a young age to master every type of handgun. Sid tried to escape the outlaw's destiny and secured a blue card working for McKellen Military Police. But when she learned that her father had been killed by a mysterious headhunter known only as Mira, Sid abandoned her post and returned to the streets. Unable to pick up Mira's trail and unable to let it go, she sunk deeper and deeper into the underground of the NBZ, looking for answers, revenge, and redemption. And Sid's fine. Sid Watson? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and you're not gonna let me put in her code name yet. It's gonna be either Street Saint, Saint, or Angel. I'm not 100% certain what I'm gonna go with there. Appearance-wise, one thing I do like about the new hair system is you actually can get a white hair. In this system, you really can't. Like, it's gray. Like, I want, like, the unnatural white cybernetic look, and I can't really get that. It's all just gray. So I think we're gonna just make her like a pale-ish blonde. I don't really like these ones much either. Again, it just goes grayscale on me. Like a sandy blonde, I guess. Something like that, I think. French equal weird according to Babel. I am afflicted with French blood, so it's all right. Yeast is pronounced yeast. That's right, J-Rub. I've got English and French in my blood. It's like yin and yang, constantly at war with itself. Okay, so we've got Sid the Gunslinger. And finally, now these are new ones. I think when we played, I think we went with the Cyber Sword, who I did quite like a lot. And I really am interested in this background. I think it's really cool. Like, they were basically like a juicer martial like fighting sport person, but then they pulled the plug on the project, but they like never finished the treatments, so like their brains like melting. I thought that was a really interesting story. We never really got to see how it finished, but we could start with the Scourge, and the Scourge was absolutely insane. They start with a talent for dissolve, and everyone knows the number one thing to invest in is biorecyclers. Every single time. Now this is one, I'm not 100% certain what we're gonna go with here. Did I make, in fact, I don't even know if I made the save. I didn't even make the save of the one. So I could go two ways on this one. Either we have kind of this, I wanted to change the armor to this one. We have this, the Scourge is like a poison, acid, like assassin, covert ops type class, something like that. So this one's very like poison / snake themed. I don't generally like facial tattoos, but this one actually kind of fits with the scales. So I kind of like that, just for being something that I normally wouldn't pick. Just kind of different. I like the color combos here, the purple and like danger green. I like quite a bit. My other option would be, since we have an angel on the team, maybe we should have a devil on the team, and we could make it like a red outfit, and we would probably switch over to something like that, but with like a red theme. I think maybe we stick with the poison or toxin type theme. I kind of like the idea for a Scourge to have something like that. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. August Banach. I don't like Banach. Let's not be Banach. We're August Martins. August Martins. Thank you, Gustav. You didn't know you had a sister, but you actually do. There you go. August Martins. That'll do us. And then we'll get a nickname here. Something like Snake or Viper. I don't know. That's a little generic, but it fits just so dang well. Poison, Venom. I don't know. I don't have to decide this second. So this is my plan. Again, man, this is really blown out lighting. I really just like this lighting in this room. So we've got Dennis Red Hat. We've got, oh, I didn't change her name. I do not like her starting name. Because if you read her background, she's obviously Asian descent of some sort. So she's going to be Miko Kitsuragi. Kitsuragi. Miko Kitsuragi. There we go. Miko Kitsuragi. And that will be Neko, making her return. Anyone else I don't like the name of? I probably should check here quick. Greg? No, not Greg. Babel Builder, aka Noir. For anyone who didn't catch that when I went through here, because I went through this a little quick, he's an ex-detective, hence Noir. Abandon new name? No. We're definitely not abandoning the new name. Okay, so we got Dennis, Miko, Noir, Mask, and that's because these two actually have their code names already. Sid, who is going to be Angel, and August, who codename undecided a little bit here. Skitter or Slither? I also thought we could go with a spider theme too, but I couldn't quite make spiders work quite as well with my options in there. Okay, next up, I think, again, we're going to play through Syndicate Debts, I think. We didn't get to finish this story, and it is the recommended starter, but just today, they dropped a second starting scenario. So I'm going to read this one because it's not the one we're going to play. After you, the lead of a street-level mercenary company, mysteriously disappear, it's up to your team's face and friends to track you down. When the trail leads back to a black site biolab clinic, things get dicey. It seems you've undergone some major spinal surgery and gained a Cyberknight Quantum Rider, elevating your squad to power players in the process. Now, if only you could remember the deal you cut to get it. We're not going to do that one. We're going to do the recommended Syndicate Debts. You and your crew pooled everything you had to convince a syndicate financer, Octane, to give you a loan and help you obtain a Cyberknight spinal implant. You've all bet your lives on it, because now you owe Octane a cool $2 million, and the D Cartel Syndicate is famous for not playing nice if loan payments are missed. We're going to play on normal difficulty. You can come in here and customize it. I can't remember if I need to start with the tutorial or not. I don't think we need to start with the tutorial. I think that's the separate play, not the first mission. I will leave these other two tutorials on so we can talk about them when we come in there. Hopefully I'm picking this correct. All right, and let's jump in. Hey, 27 minutes and we're starting to turn. Yes, okay, this is where I wanted. Perfect. Okay, that's still a little blown out. I might need to change the colors here just a little bit on her. Also, did your hair turn purple? I thought that was black. Mask, are you sure you want to go through this, Noir? The time for that has passed. We took a loan from D Cartel, signed it in blood. I know, just seemed right to ask one last time. We're moving all pieces into place. This is 3 days ago in New Boston. Day of the Cyberknight operation. Dr. Ekman is at the Ultratech AUG clinic now. You're scheduled for spinal surgery at midnight. The right bribes have been paid and the floor will be clear. No one's watching. Mask, the quantum computer implant surgery kills people. If I don't, the team will clear the rooftop. Our hover truck exit is at 3 a.m. sharp. Just listen to me. If I don't make it, don't wait around for the D Cartel to frag you too. Try to get them to your people in Atlanta. I'm not talking about it, but I won't leave them. You wouldn't. You're going to be on the rooftop at 3 a.m. I guess you'll be strapped to a stretcher, so you won't have much to say. So shut up and take these meds exactly on schedule. You got a big night coming up. Ace says, the tutorial is my favorite thing to skip and get mad that I don't know what to do. Man, that is one of my pet peevers. Especially if you're going to stream a game and then you skip the tutorial and then you get mad at it. I can do the tutorial and still be bad, but at least I tried, huh? It's almost 0300. Anyone coming? We just reached the rooftop. The plan is right on schedule. Stay patient and let's do this right. Your time to shine, Vanguard. Help those two get clear of the remaining patrols. Sorry to cut in, but I'm running digital overwatch here over on Ultratech's Clinic Matrix. Hacker, make it quick. I don't know what happened, but something just flipped. Encrypted traffic in and out of the clinic just went up tenfold, and the ICE are locking down the firewalls. Then we've got trouble. You all heard that. This looks like a nighttime stroll, but now we're on the clock. Get sharp. We stick to plan A. Noir's coming to the rooftop. Plan A it is. Miko, it's your lead. But if things aren't working, we go loud. For help getting started, check the gameplay help. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Use Miko's anticipation talent to predict the enemy movement for multiple turns. And lure talent to draw enemies towards a specific point. And your silence attack talent will allow you to sneak up and kill targets. And your jam kit talent, that's a lot of ands, to knock security devices offline temporarily. Okay, so WASD moves us around the map. We are not camera locked to anything, to my knowledge. We have an initiative order, but you can choose whoever you want to move around because we can delay our actions. We can yield to each other as long as we're in a row. When it gets to the enemies, obviously the enemies are going to have their turn. This is an initiative stat, and we do make a roll, so the initiative order can change, but there are also abilities that can affect that. That mustache. Well, you like Red Hat's mustache, Gustavo? Okay, so we have 2 people in this room that we need to get out of this room. We have multiple guards in here, and we can see... Yeah. We have multiple guards, and they have vision cones. If it's red, you will get spotted for sure if you go there. If it's yellow, if you're crouching down and sneaking, you can sneak. So like this guy won't see me if I sneak here, but this camera obviously would. So there's a lot of moving around. We have an escalation. So there's quantum security in all the locations that we go. Most places will increase per turn. It just notices that things aren't quite right. So even if you're not caught, the AI is so advanced that it can just feel there's something wrong on the quantum level. So even if I do absolutely nothing, this will tick up. When it fills up, depending on which kind of AI it is, it'll do things like call extra security guards, turn on extra cameras, have somebody go check an empty room, things like that. So we want to be somewhat quick, but we also want to be stealthy. As they notice things going wrong, this will escalate. Major things are finding bodies or people being dead for multiple turns. The AI will notice that they're not checking in. So that's something we want to avoid. Starting us off here, this is Miko currently. He's going to be Neko, who is our vanguard. Again, kind of like our digital ninja. She has different abilities she can do. We have gun, we have a sword, we can attack things, we can reload, we can take cover. We have a jam kit. We're going to use our jam kit to turn off this camera. If we check our power here, disables a level 1 security device within 12 meters until the end of next turn. Target a disabled device to further delay its reactivation. So we can use it for 1 action point. Each of these yellow pips is an action point. We need to spend 1 for this, and it will recharge in 4 turns. So we are going to... Oops. We're going to target this. I'm going to hit space to confirm it, and I've just disabled the camera. Nothing wrong here. Nothing was spotted. They don't know anything happened. Next up, we have Lure. Lure is like throwing like a sound noise or something, and it'll make the guards go investigate it. We have Silence, so I can run quickly without having to sneak and not make noise. We have Anticipation. I am going to use that, but not on you, friend, on you. Anticipation is going to tell me what they're planning on doing next turn. So his plan is he's going to turn and look that direction next turn. Right now, he is kind of looking in my direction, so I have to be careful that I don't get spotted. I still have plenty of action points left, so I'm actually going to use Lure. And just because we played through this, I know from before, I want to try to lure this guy so that he turns around and gets stuck investigating the wrong place. So I want to very carefully target it so it grabs him and pulls him into that room. What's that noise? So he thinks he heard something. So he turned, and now he's going to go, and you can see here, he's planning on walking into that room to go see what he heard. Very Mookie behavior, to be sure. Okay, next, I'm going to pop Silence. Now Neko can move or run without making any noise. So again, just from my pre-knowledge, you can see here's another camera, but it is not currently turned on. So I don't have to worry about getting spotted by that. I want to go run around and pick up some loot with her while the rest of my team kind of wiggles their way out of where they're currently stuck. So Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna have her just book it over there. And then, nope, I'm not in cover, so I'm not allowed to take cover. That's totally fine. Yep, that is gonna be it for Miko. So we're gonna end her turn. Next up, we have Sid and August. Now, I need to be careful here. Again, if I decided just to sprint, I get a warning here. This symbol means he would hear me. So if you just run across the room, he's going to be like hearing little feet pitter-patter across the floor. So I can't do that, even though I am currently in sneak mode here. I got to remind myself, where do I turn sneak mode on and off? I want to say it's C? Yeah, okay. C for going in and out of sneak mode. And I know I'm in sneak mode because of the dotted line and they're crouching. So I can't run to here or he would hear me, but I could move other places. I could move over here. Now, I gotta be careful. If I didn't know what this guy was gonna do, he might turn and see me, but I already know what he's gonna do. So I'm not particularly worried about that. I've got you and you. I'm just deciding who I want to go first. I think this is fine. Also, you don't have to take your full move at once. So unlike a lot of these type of games where it's like you get one move and one action, I can do one action point worth of move and then I could do something different if I am so inclined. So you can see here, if I ran to there, I would get caught, but I could run to here and no one's going to hear me. So I could run there and then I could start sneaking and I still have 4 action points left. Now, I gotta be careful. So that ear sound tells me that if I shoot, I believe he would hear me at this range. So I'm fine with that. I'm 99% sure he's gonna walk forward the direction he's going. But if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be very sad. I think I'm gonna be very greedy. What's a Babel game without some greed, huh? We're gonna run to there. We'll sneak to there. And she's crouching. Remember, if he turns and looks, he's not gonna see her because these are gonna be in the way with her crouching, hopefully. All right, her turn's done. August is up. I'm gonna do, I think, I gotta remind myself here. So this is the Scourge class. We didn't play with this much last time. We kind of got this right at the end of the campaign. So I can dissolve dead bodies, which is amazing. I have Disorient. Debuffs an enemy. They have crit vulnerability. They have minus sight range. They're disoriented, so they start hunting around their position. Okay. Don't need to do that. I can Biocult a bullet, which is basically like a poison effect. And I can do Biomimic. Engage Biomimic to disguise yourself and avoid triggering cameras, prox mines, biofield scanners, laser wires. Okay. I don't need to do that yet. We have Hyper VCAPs. Buff yourself with 10% evasion, 1 initiative, 1 move point, 15 moves. Okay. We have some stimulant drugs, essentially. All right. So, oh, she's much stealthier. I can move a lot further. All right. So I want to get as much movement as I can out of 2 AP. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to sneak. Can I get to here? I sure can. Can I get further? Not really. This game does use a cover system. This is showing me I would have half cover. The difference between that and I have someplace with full cover and like full cover. It's basically your bonus. I don't know if they call it evasion, but higher cover better, obviously. Not getting a warning that I'm going to get heard. She's a sneakier class, so she can make less noise. There's stats behind all these things. Let's run up here. Did they buff the AP? It used to be less and cost more. Am I crazy? I don't remember the exact cost of things. You could totally be right, Gustav. All right, done. Let's see if Babel's a genius. En route. Okay, yep, I was right. I'm investigating. I heard a mouse. Suspicious. Then the AI is like thinking about things. It's noticing something's not right. So blue means that this is permanent. There are ways you can get rid of that, but it's hard, essentially. Yellow is what's going to happen this turn. So if I run up and slap this guy in the back of the head, I'm going to get like 6 yellow bars. But then I kill him, and then I only get like 1 yellow bar. So you can manipulate that. Oh, hey, Blasterbot. How are you doing, man? I'm gonna catch up on chat here just a second. Hey, Sins Arcade. It's been a hot minute. I don't think I've seen you since Cyberknights. Hi, they will be adding the Hunter, Cyber Dogs in packs, Assassin with a Lynx, or Snow Leopard, and Drone Master. Isn't there also, there's the, I think it's called War Machine, like a cyber class that was supposed to be out today. I expect hundreds of free updates. Yes, very much so. And Blasterbot, thank you very much for 10 gifted subs. Congratulations to Lady Kryptonite, Michael Smith, Dreaming Big Always, Van Weapon, Moon Ryux, Wellington Barros, Advogardo, Alden W, Nina De Nobili, Ray, and Alistair Hyacinth. Congratulations on those gifted memberships. Make sure to give a thanks to Blasterbot. Just for those that don't know, that does give you early access to pre-game videos I'm working on or other things when I have time to work on other videos. So make sure to check that out. And if you link your Discord and your YouTube, it'll assign you a role on the Discord server so you can chat on the server. Thank you again, Blasterbot. Very generous. Babel gonna get me to buy another game. Dude, if you like heist games or cyberpunk games or XCOM games, I gotcha. Okay, now here's where things get a little sketchy. What are you gonna do next turn? Yeah, look at this. He checked out the noise and he's gonna go back to his position. So we need to get past this gap before he does that. So, can I make it around the corner? I sure can. Can I run? I can actually run a little bit. Let's get that run in. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm very carefully placing it so that I'm running for 1 AP. This is a game that you can free move, so you can go anywhere you want. The dots that you see on the line are where I'm spending 1 AP. So I want to spend exactly, very carefully, 1 AP of fast movement, just because it's further than sneaking. And then I'm going to go into sneak. Oh, perfect, perfect. I mean, I could get really far. Holy smokes. The thing is, I need to be kind of near this for him not to see me next turn. But I also could almost get out of here. I could almost get out of here. If I sneak and leave 1 AP... I mean, greed, right? Am I right? If I were to move at full speed... Oh, I could get to there. The question is, does he see here? Full greed. Full greed. Let's hope we don't have to go loud on the very beginning of the mission. That's gonna really suck. Oh! It's really gonna suck because he went before her in the actions. Ooh, okay. Intruder spotted something moving. Let me think here. So, that's terrible. I could disorient, but I can't do that once he's seen me. I can dissolve a body. Oh, man. Man, that is very bad. Nice, I never buy games not on sale. Yeah, there's so much backlog these days, it's really hard to justify that. So I should have had her back a smidgen more. I also should have been paying closer attention to our initiative order and realized he rolled better than her. I've never actually had that happen. I've always managed to get around the corner before he came back. I need to be really careful here because I'm getting kind of double pinned. I think we're gonna have to take shots here. How long are you out for? You're gonna come back on too. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna do a little combat here. I wasn't planning on going loud. So, I do have a silencer on this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because he would hear me otherwise. If you shoot somebody and they haven't spotted you yet, you get a major bonus. Unfortunately, we do not get that. Do I want to pop this? Evasion, initiative, move points, move speed. Doesn't make any difference to me yet. Alright, do it. We just got overwatched. Okay, I did not see that he had Overwatch on. I am in a lot of trouble here, actually. Okay, I'm gonna do a bio bullet because I'm that worried. Oh my gosh, and he hit twice. Okay, he's out of actions at least. Can I have my bio bullet, please? And I'm out of actions. Oh man. Oh man. It's all going south quick. All right, well, I'm committed to the greed, so we are going to make a full run over here. And we're going to grab our loot. A cred chip worth 5k and some patient dossiers. We will T for take all. And we'll continue running. Okay, hopefully somebody over here rolls high and I can take him out before he gets another turn. Notice how much escalation I got there. We got more company coming up here. Okay, good. Okay, both of them go before they go. Okay, well, at least have that going for me. But we should be on like 3 escalation, not on 9 out of 12. So this just shows how quickly things can go bad. Luckily, he hasn't had a turn to report us, so we didn't get absolutely insane, but that's still terrible. Okay, we're gonna use our silenced pistol here. And now, here we go. This is a perfect example. He has not seen this character, so unlike in XCOM, where as soon as you're spotted by one enemy, they magically know where every one of your units is, these ones only know who they've seen themselves or who somebody else has told them where they're at. So this guy hasn't had a chance to go yet, but when he gets a chance, he's probably going to spot this guy. He's going to get told. It's all going to be downhill from there. But for now, I'm going to take him out. Okay, he's only suspicious. I think I can make this work. I'm actually going to yield action here in case I have to really have something hit the fan. Okay, if I... What is my range for dissolve? We need to do some dissolving. Things are escalating rather quickly. Okay, I need to sneak because he's gonna see me if I don't. I don't remember how accurate this is. So if I move there... Okay. I gotta be careful here. Let's pull it back to here. So you shouldn't see me because I'm in the yellow zone. Can I reach the dissolve? And the answer is no. And it's 2 actions. I think we're just gonna have to let him get the body reported. Holy moly, this is not going as smooth as last time we did this. Okay, Nico. Okay, next piece of loot I want is over here. As long as he doesn't hear me, I can run all the way to there. I would have 2 points. I need to let... I'm gonna have to let my jam kit come back up, so there's no reason to book it that hard. Let's just move and take cover here. Sort of reminds me of Commandos. Yeah, I could totally see that. Or Jagged Alliance, games like that. Oh my goodness. You are not going to turn that corner and spot me too, are you? Okay. Goodness. 4 action points. I don't know what this is going to do. I've never actually had a problem over here before. I think we just say screw it and we just leave. I think we're just leaving that. I think we're just leaving that. All right, what I would love for you to do is run this direction. Okay, we don't have any sneaky stuff here. Run there. That's in your turn. All right, you're gonna go find the body, and that's gonna be horrific. You're investigating. Okay. We've already taken the ding for the body, so I guess that's something? Alright, we did go before both of them. I need to wait for a charge for 1 turn. Okay, so I can go ahead and move up. So I want to hit the wires. And then I want to get in here. I gotta watch out, there's a pressure plate here. I don't want to trigger. Just get me as close as we can. Even if that guy turns, I'm too far away for him to spot me. I'm going full greed here. You definitely don't have to do this on your first mission. Okay, okay, at least he's not looking. Where are you? Okay, you're not looking either. If I were to just run, I would get heard right away. Okay, so sneak to here. What if I stop sneaking there? Yeah, we gotta get while the getting's good. That's fine. We can take cover right there. And I don't have the action points for our first aid kit. She's gonna definitely take a wound from that. That's gonna really suck. That's gonna really suck. Okay, that's her turn. Alright, now my plan over here is, there's a loot container in here, but I can't go in there while this guy's staring at the door, so we're gonna move to here, and I guess I'm gonna reload. Reload my pistol, and then let's delay and see what he does. Time to hurt. Okay, I guess we're just done here then. Okay, Neko's first recharge came up on her jam kit, so now I can hit the pressure sensor. We don't need to sneak. We're gonna move up. Gonna loot. NBS cube, this is crafting materials. A hyper V-cap. Nano sealed item, which can be decompressed at the safe house. Cool. I think V-caps are enhancement drugs. And a 25k cred chip. Cha-ching. Alright, and then you need to start booking it. And I will have you take cover. Alright, you are going to heal yourself because we got absolutely blown up. Now, I don't think I'm going to have any problems with him. Of course, I didn't think I was going to have problems over there either, but is what it is. Alright, let's just end action. And you can delay. I want him to turn around. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. All right, I need to get everyone up here to trigger the next part of this mission, but again, I just really want that loot. All right, can I run to here without getting heard? I can. Go, gadget greed. Oh, they also added, I can double click to move. You don't have to hit spacebar to confirm your move now, which is very nice. This plays really well. Oh man, we got skunked on that, especially for the amount of risk I'm taking. All right, and then we're gonna run over here, and we're gonna take cover in case he comes back into the room, and you're done. Okay, a little on the close side. A little on the close side. You may have to go bye-bye, friend, depending on where you choose to go next turn. Okay, I would get heard there, so let's back it up. So I have 3 AP. And then if I go into sneak, can I make it to cover? I sure can. Okay, next. I want this guy to go away. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad I screwed that up. We're going to get an escalation here, and things are going to get way harder because they're going to turn on a ton of security cameras. All right, where can you see? You can't see over here. You're probably going to walk this direction. I could maybe get a lure off. Okay, I would have 1 AP if I run to here. He's not going to see me do it. Can I... Oh, thank goodness. Do a lure in that direction, please. Alright. And then hide. And I don't dare kill this guy right here. I mean, I guess if we 2-tap him... And then I could dissolve him. It just sounds like a bad plan. Alright, let's... I'm not sure that gives me enough cover. Let's just chill here. Alright, we got our escalation. Woke 3 sleeping devices. Oh, thank goodness I was not in the way for that one. So turn on a camera, turn on a camera, turn on a camera. So the AI definitely thinks there's something here now. Okay. Yeah, let's delay till after them. Delay till after them. I want them to run around and be dumb. Okay, good. He's still looking that direction. Okay. Good, good. Alright, then I need to get up here. Can I do it? No, I would get heard. What if we moved... Alright, well, I guess that's fine. I need to get everyone inside of this square for the next piece of our mission. Gather team at hoverpad is what I'm trying to do. And we'll yield. Alright, can you run at all? Oh, you sure can. Oh, that's so good. Oh, and I'm gonna have 2 actions left. Perfect. Alright, we can still salvage it. We can still salvage it. Uh-huh. And then yield. Oh, you have to... Oh, man. Nico, run. Can I do it with 4 actions left? I cannot. If I do silence, I get 10% more move speed. No, let's save it. Okay. Not good, not good! Spit it out, Dennis. We got Ultratech military-grade encrypted comms piping in. A bird's coming down the rooftop. It's a friggin' Ultratech response team. By hell, we're made. Someone talked. Get down. Here they come. Okay, I really hope they don't spot her because she's not crouching, because they didn't let me go into crouch mode. Blaster says, XCOM vibes. Mission immediately goes wrong due to RNG. Yep. I've literally never had that happen. I played through this mission probably 5 times. Just be bad, no RNG needed. Cut out the middleman. We're going to plan B here. Noir and I are heading to the basement, and we're going to take the cargo truck out of the building. We'll just quietly go back the way we came. They've interfaced with the building security. Man, I wish that I'd killed you. The rooftop is on lockdown. The elevator gates are closed. Working on it. I've got something. Schematics show an old panel with second rooftop on the second rooftop elevator. We got a new extract. It's an old TX80. Ah, it's one of those old calculators. Everyone had Tetris on it or something. Wow, it's older than I thought. Ancient enough that I can spoof the protocol. They've wisely disconnected from the network, so you're gonna have to get close enough to tap the trunk line to relay the signal to me. On our way now. Those birdmen spread out real fast. We hate birdmen. Especially this one. Okay, so... But they don't know we're here. That won't last. But we gotta get our advantage while we can. We have a momentary advantage of stealth against Ultratech response team, which we can use or just quickly go guns blazing. We just need to have one teammate near the TX80. Then we need to hold on and give Dennis 2 turns to work. So ideally, I'd like to get there without them knowing I'm over there, because then they're just gonna charge me. This camera can change its direction in the cardinals, so I need to be careful where we end up. We also already have somebody whose turn is up. I really hope this camera does not go this direction. All right, Nico would get spotted here. He's gonna spot her. Only just, though. I could run to there. Okay, it did despawn. It did despawn these two guys. That's just tutorial. I actually put in a bug report once and they told me that was on purpose. Okay, so if I sprint to here, I should be okay. He's not going to spot me. And then we crouch down behind the forklift. She has anticipation. I probably should have anticipated him. I could do it to that guy, but I don't think it matters yet. Let's just end her turn. All right, Sid is also just in kind of a bad spot. Okay, I would get spotted if I go that way. I can't hop the fence. If he just walks here, I'm safe. If he walks here and turns left, I'm in a ton of trouble. If I sneak, I can't get anywhere. All right, we're going greed again. Please don't see me. Please don't see me. That's fine. Oh. Okay. The TI-84. All those years, 12 iPhones and 3 calculators. Mario on those in class? Wow. My friend actually programmed like a really basic, like text-based RPG, and I played that thing for years. You basically could just grind gold, and then you could up like your stats. It was incredibly basic, but it was such a good time waster. And then when I got to college, I had a math class where the professor insisted on resetting everyone's memory before one of our exams, because I guess some people were bringing in cheat programs. So I lost it. I'm so bummed. Lost media. I've got one more trick up my sleeve. I wasn't just sitting on my hands while you all prepped for the hospital run. I did some poking around in case things got hot. We're officially heating up. What do you got? The Ultratech team seems to have locked down the network pretty hard, but I have my claws into the security relay node still. So I can route their SenseNet traffic to a dead end for a minute before they shut me down. If you have the dust up with Ultratech TAC response team, I can keep it off a Sec AI's radar once. In advance of jobs or heists, you can stack up leverage, which can help us pull off our objectives. We can gain leverage by working our network, paying bribes, calling in favors, or completing preliminary hack tasks. We can check our leverage under the phone menu on the top left. Dennis has provided a blip leverage, which lets us clear out potential security tally. So that bad turn I had, if I had blip, I could have negated that horrible stuff that happened. So that's what that ability is going to give us. It was very nice of him to turn around, because I don't know how August would have gotten out of here otherwise. Can I run? Where are you looking? I actually could run most of the distance. Man, I could make it there if I could just sprint, but I'm not going to be able to make... I'm in a weird spot here, because if he turns around, I can't be on this side of stuff. And if he turns around, I can't be on this side of stuff. So I'm in a little bit of a tight spot here. I would love to get to that wall, but I don't think there's no shot I'm going to be able to do it. I mean, I don't hate that. That's really safe. All right, we've taken a lot of risk. Let's play one safe play. Yeah, he would have saw me if I was being cheeky over here, so I'm glad I didn't. Okay, give me anticipation on him. Alright, he's gonna come that way. He may need to get got, is all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I would be safe there. And that puts me in a really good spot next turn. I could throw a shock mine, but I don't want to alert him yet. Yeah, we'll just sneak to there. And let's delay. Let's see what they do. Okay, the third guy is on the other side of that cargo. I'm not really paying attention to him yet. Not much happening. Standing guard. All right. He's coming this way. If I want to get him, I probably should position myself about here. He's probably just going to swivel back and forth. Hopefully we can take him out relatively quickly. Yeah, he would spot me if I go there. Here would be safe from him, but I kind of get pinned by these guys. I could also just run this direction. I mean, that feels pretty good. Let's do that. We'll take our cover here. And Miko, I don't think you're going to do anything there. Okay, yep, I was right. He didn't spot me hide behind that crate. They are doing an amazing job of covering each other, though. Yeah, we are quite pinned here. Alright, you can move up to there. Yeah, we may just need to play... We just may need to play a slow turn here. I don't really have anything too juicy for that. Sid has a high explosive, so that would make a lot of noise. As a gunslinger, you can put out a lot of damage, but we have to go loud to do it. So I think we're just gonna chill. I could run behind him with her, but to what end? I think I would rather be all together. She could pop out and stab him, and then he's gonna turn and spot it. No. I'm also a little bit worried this is gonna turn and look this direction. Yeah, let's pop over here. I'm gonna turn off that camera specifically, and then we're gonna pop back to where we were. And that's in prep for a big turn next turn. Is the camera? Yep, that's exactly what I was looking at, Raptor. There's more cameras too. There's one, I think there's one over here somewhere that's not on yet, but if I escalate, we'll get even more. Okay, let's... Oh, not gonna let me... Yeah, let's delay here. Let's delay here. All the enemies take their turns. Okay, good. Smart move. You have literally no idea that you just saved your own life by doing that. And you may have just ended yours. Please don't turn. You jerk. Alright, what can you see? Okay, nope, you are not saving him, is what that's telling me. So, do we shoot or do we run? What are your chances? Pretty decent. I also do have silence. You know what? I think we gotta go full weeb here. Use silence. We're not gonna walk. I have to use 3. I want to make sure I'm in melee range here. I don't want to fub this up. I'm gonna have 3 actions. If I whiff a bunch of times, I still have 2 more characters who can shoot. We're not going to miss because we are ninja. So, using silence is what lets me run up like that. Normally they would hear you even if you're sneaking. And then, let's see, we have power slice. I could use that for 2 actions, or it's 2 for a normal one. I might as well power slice. That does more damage, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna one-shot him if I hit. If I do this one, I do not one-shot him unless I crit. Power slice. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. And then we're gonna move to the loot. And don't mind if I do. Bio-stitch bandages and a high explosive grenade and some personnel files. Yoink. Alright. And Miko, good turn. Alright, Scourge. Now what I'd really like for you to do is be able to melt that body. Right, he's not going to see me. I need 2 AP to do that, and I can't quite get it. Now, it's not a problem to have a body unless someone sees it, so I'm kind of worried he's going to see it. Not a ton I can really do about that, though. Get me over here. And that is literally all we can do. Alright, and Sid. Okay, Sid would get spotted here. Yeah, so I can't do that. I think we're just booking it to the corner. Yeah, book it to the corner. Ideally, I want to take this guy out quietly. Yes, okay. We're gonna be just fine. I was worried he was gonna catch that body. He missed them calling it? Which one? Okay, excellent. Ooh, and we even got our Scourge to go. So, Dissolve, the most powerful ability in the game. So, when somebody dies, you get a body timer. When the body timer expires, you get some escalation, and they send somebody to come like, hey, where's Joe? Joe hasn't called in for 5 seconds. But if you dissolve them, who's Joe? I don't know Joe. Why will you keep asking about this Joe character? Alright, can I run? Oh man, I could almost run up there. Again, let's try to result, like, not have entirely full greed. Oh, that's so tempting though. He would hear me. He would hear me. What is he gonna do? Because I could run to here, but if he turns back, he'll see me for sure. So I think we're gonna play it a little cooler. We're just gonna run to there. Yeah, and then down, and let's just reload. Done. Okay, Neko. Okay, so if we run for some of our move here, leave ourselves with 3. Where's that other guy? You are the other guy, okay. So if I sneak... Actually, you know what? Let's anticipate what he's gonna do. Alright, he's just gonna leave. Cool beans, alright. I am so down with that. How far? You know... Yeah, run to there. That's almost a full AP. Oh, I'm so bloody close. I have to get inside there to start the timer. No, don't do it. I'm so tempted to throw the shock mine and stun him. It's not worth it. I don't need to do that. Alright, Sid. Run to there. And then sneak to cover. Done. Alright, guy guarding plane is worthless. Camera is back on and it did move, but it didn't turn towards me. And then... Okay, he hasn't gone yet, so we need to delay. Yeah, I need to get out of this corner before he pins me again. Delay. Yep, you should just head out, buddy. Go pick up some donuts. You deserve it. Is that music too much for you guys? It's really hard for me to tell. I'm kind of jamming to it and I could turn it up, but I'm on a different sound balance than you guys are. Okay, yeah, just get in there. I'm here, but this equipment looks pretty hardened. I'm patching in now. Just stay close to the TX-80 and I'll show you what I can do. I hope you're not all talk, Dennis. At least one Merc needs to stay in the zone until Dennis gets the force gate lowered. And we're just gonna corner up here. Done. Sid. Give me that. Cover. Done. And August. Get in there. Alright. Despite my best efforts, I think we're gonna be okay. Alright, we need to be in here for 2 turns. Override elevator for 1 turn. So we're just done. 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 Alright, unless that guy turns around and just like blatantly stares at me, we should be good here. Not much happening. En route. Okay, we should be good. As promised, your exit. I didn't think you were going to pull it off. Miko has a newfound respect for Dennis's technical support chops. Positive relationship formed. So your characters actually have like a social aspect between them. When we go on loud, at the after party is when we're gonna go loud. We are out of here. Babble's just having spine surgery, man. He's not up for a party yet. Extract and extract. All right, we got all the loot. The elevator is engaging. We're out of here. You took out that TX-80, Dennis. Noir has exited the building in the cargo truck. You all know your exits. Get to them. I want a strict 24-hour dust-off period. Don't you dare bring Ultratech tail back to our safe house. Victory. The quiet one. I'm getting achievements that aren't popping up for you guys. All right, so this is the mission we did. Plan B. These are the people who were on it. We didn't get paid for this mission. We got some XP. We do get bonus XP based on Mask's handling skill. We got 2 heat because we were security level 1. Boo. Gained some power level. That is like world scaling. And then here's just an overview of our loot. Continue to safe house. Everything is finally quiet. That was a mess, but you all did well. We got Noir out of there safely. Are we in the clear? For the moment we are. The safe house is operationally secure. What's our next move? We're gonna go dark and wait. We're not doing anything until Noir is back on his feet. Okay, so you get to make like little choices. Sometimes it's just dialogue. Sometimes it's actually means stuff. So choose carefully. How long will Noir take to recover? Not as long as you might think. They probably pumped a gallon of patch and stitch nano down there. And you know he's flying high on those meds. They said a week back at the clinic. Even that gray stitch gunk can't fix a spinal splice that fast. Someone sold us out to the AUG clinic. There had to be a snitch. That Ultratech hit squad didn't find us on its own. I'm not trying to sow distrust here. If it was one of you, I'm sure we'd be dead already. You're right about that. Otherwise, the goons would have showed up so late or underprepared. Someone was trying to make a late buck. There has to be a trail, but we can't let Ultratech know we're sniffing around it. There are lots of ways that we can discredit. Every action has an echo in the Matrix. We can choose to send a merc out into the field for legwork. These non-job tasks are field operations, such as casing a joint, following a target, investigation, or more. We need to pick up our legwork carefully, as each has its own risks and rewards. Our chances of success will be based on the merc's traits, backstory, and history. So another reason why the characters you pick matter. Like, you might have a character who's like a detective, so they're really good at certain kinds of legwork, but they're really bad at social interaction or something. So those do matter. Babble almost killed my sister. Shake my head. Your sister's fine. Once a merc is committed to legwork, they will not become available for a job until it's complete. So we have to avoid overcommitting. Yes, this was a major problem in our first playthrough. We had personnel problems forever. What about our base? We settled in this irradiated trash heap for good reasons. It's well hidden, and there's room to expand. Once Noir's back on his feet and the Quantum Rider is up and running, we can get enough quantum jamming and countermeasures in place to hide a sizable operation. So, I'm sure it'll talk about it more, but in this world, there's basically super quantum computer technology to the point that, like, it's almost like magic technology. Imagine you had, like, quantum computers, like, doing pre-crime. Or, hey, if this place got robbed, where are the robbers hiding? And the AI is so good that it could figure it out. So we need to have quantum jamming, essentially, to be able to counter that. Or the computers could literally just find us. So it's time to start clearing it out. Our safe house is our base of operation, refuge, and hub for all of our team operations. We'll need money and time to build it out, but the first step is to clean rooms and prepare for upgrades. If we're careful, we might be able to pick up the snitch's trail without attracting Ultratech's attention. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully we will not fail. Okay, we could send out Dennis. for a 75% success chance. There is no way the call that brought down the attack response team didn't ring some high-level alert bells. With careful hand, we can find those markers left in the Aug Clinic's matrix. So, if we are successful, we uncover the identity of the whistleblower who called it in. Or if we fail, we gain 20 heat, I'll talk about heat in a minute, and uncover the whistleblower's identity, but we get picked up by the scanners. So we're going to chance it. We're going to send Dennis out. He gets XP for doing it, and he's good at it because he's a hacker. We alternatively could send out Miko because she is a sleuth, but she's not as good. So we're going to pick our hacker. Yes. If we're careful, we might be able to pick up the snitch's trail without attracting more Ultratech attention. I can poke around the Aug Clinic. The call had to originate from within the building. I'll be very discreet. I don't want Noir to wake up and hear I messed this up. Your little digital footsies better tread lightly. I don't want Ultratech Hit Squad knocking on the door. GPT tired of doing my homework and moved on with its life. Just wait until ChatGPT starts blackmailing you that it's going to report that it was doing your homework. Dennis's legwork has been added to the timeline and will automatically advance when we hit play. And that's all of our options. So Mass says, no comms in or out. Now we wait. Except Dennis, you got work to do. See you all at the shooting range then. Running a heist that requires judicious planning. While you're waiting for Noir to recover, you can start preparing your mercenary base for the next phase by clearing out 2 rooms. Once you've scheduled those tasks, advance the timeline and hit the play button on the left. You can enable or disable Safe House build base tutorial in the options. All right, so if you weren't thinking it was XCOM-like, here's your XCOM base builder. It's a very cool system. Cleaning a room. The first step of building your new safe house is clearing out some rooms. Nothing can be built until a room is cleaned. Continue. Let's start by a cleaning task. Select a room and activate the clean function. It costs some time and money. Without upgrading your command HQ, you can only run 2 concurrent tasks. Continue. All right, so we can't clear out stuff on the left, I believe. Oh no, yes we can. So it's 7 days and 6K to clean that. Ditto. If we go deeper, it gets much more expensive. So we're going to clear out stuff up top. And I'm going to do these 2. Nah, I won't go into that yet. There's a reason. There's some strategy behind what you clear out. All right, let's take a look at what we got. We got a bunch of irradiated trash, essentially. And then on the top floor, we've done a little bit of cleaning here. It looks like we're in like an underground bunker warehouse or something. So we have a barracks. This is where we can manage our team. We can change our gear around. We have loadouts now, which we didn't have before. We can look at the various people. We can train people. Did we get an injury? No, we didn't. Wow. There's like a percentage chance that you take a permanent injury when you take damage during a mission. So we actually really lucked out there. What else do I want to show here? We have 6 out of 7 bunks used up, essentially, and we have no one ready to recruit. I would really, really like to expand this so we have more room, because personnel is power. We need more people, essentially. Let's finish up in here. So, Babel here is getting his surgery. He's out for 2 more days. He's ready to train. Let's do our class training. So one of the cool things in this game is you can always do multi-classing. I believe you can only multi-class once, so you can have 2 classes. For now, I'm not going to mess with that, at least not on Noir. He is our Cyberknight. Cyberknights are incredibly powerful. Essentially, we had spinal surgery to replace our spine with a quantum computer. Very, very good. Does the base get deeper? I don't believe so. It's just those 3 floors. There's only so many buildings that we're going to need to build, so it's enough room for everything. All right, now last time, yes, my beloved tactical surge. So we have, let me hide this. This is our talent tree, essentially. Small nodes are like travel nodes, and they give us stats. So we could get some strength and some HP. We could get tech and crit chance. We could get will and accuracy. You use those to travel to the major nodes. The major nodes are abilities. So like here, tactical surge. Buff yourself and any teammates within 25 meters with +2 action points immediately for their next action in the turn order. So that's the base ability. Then, once you have the base ability, you actually can continue to buff it. So I could make it recharge faster. I can make people who get buffs gain extra initiative. I can make them get an extra move. I can increase the area. So not only are you unlocking new abilities, you also can buff them or customize them a little bit. There is a limit of how many you can get. I believe in 1.0 we can get, I might be wrong about this, but 7 major traits if you path directly to them. Something like that. Talent limit says 5, so maybe it's still 5. So you have to pick very carefully, especially if you're going to do multi-classing. Possibly missed the permanent injury because it was the first mission. That could be Raptor. It could be scripted that you can't get one. I believe we could in the past, though. So maybe that's a new improvement. Knowing my luck, we will probably get injured from here on out. Sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, so I'm trying to think what the best way is. So I already know I'm going to head towards Tactical Surge. Being able to give yourself action points in a tactical shooter game is incredibly powerful. So that is definitely something I'm going to beeline. So let's do that. So right now, we already have these 3 abilities unlocked. So that is our 3 out of 5. You can, I don't remember how to do it in here, but you can, I believe, turn these off. And you can respec for a fee, so it's not like you're locked into it. But we're definitely starting with this, so I want to get these. 1 reaction and 1 initiative, train. 1 willpower and 0.1 action point, train. 1 strength and 5 HP, train. And remember, I'll show it here in a second. All those stats do stuff in combat. And we're going to train that. So I've spent all my points here. And I've got this ability. I love this so much. Other than that, which is a huge buff, we have pre-computed advantage. Buff yourself or a teammate within 25 meters with +8 initiative immediately. Initiative bonus is applied when rolling initiative for the next turn. And I believe there's an upgrade. Recharge. No, that one doesn't do it. That one doesn't change initiative order. Different upgrades there. We have Look Ahead. This is kind of like Anticipate, but it's using our quantum powers in a radius. So very nice. It also debuffs them with lowering some initiative, which sometimes initiative matters a lot, like we saw when I got caught. And we have Security Scramble. Another just great utility ability. I can just turn off a security device. Another one I probably want to get multiple uses of pretty soon. So that is our Cyberknight getting started. He has his Quantum Rider, a level 6 cybernetic that's legendary. And we're doing our recovery at the moment. We also, remember, chose the display link. So we have like a optical cybernetic that gives us a little less stress resistance, but gives us range accuracy, critical chance, and critical damage bonus. Very good. Especially combining that with our traits that we picked. We are a gunman. We are good at shooting. And back. We look here. So these are the stats. Remember, we just picked up some new ones. So just to remind people, if there's anyone who came in late, reaction speed gives us initiative and gives us extra move speed. Strength gives us wound resistance, like when we take damage that we don't take these permanent injuries. It gives us kinetic damage as pure damage. Pure damage goes through armor, essentially. This would be for like a sword or a mace or something. And strength also lowers the recoil on your gun. So very important. We'll talk about that more next time we're in a big firefight. We didn't really have to worry about recoil in that one, but essentially the more you shoot in a turn, if you have high recoil, you get lower and lower accuracy as, you know, it's like kicking up as you're getting the recoil. Willpower is stress resistance. Stress sucks. Basically, you'll get negative mental things that'll happen if you get stressed out, so you want to keep that low. Dump shock is if you are a hacker and you get ripped out of the matrix. Dump shock is really bad. You don't want dump shock. And built-in armor is really nice. That's essentially just you take less damage. Tech gives us crit chance and damage against drones. I believe it also... Yeah, it's a bunch of matrix stacks, so that's for hackers, essentially. Other things here, talents, that's what we have. Shows you your initiative, so 2d6 plus 8 is his. We have 6.1 action points. That's a list of all of our bonuses. Here's the traits we got from what we started on. Ready to train our face. I also wanted to fix, why are you so purple? Everyone is just really purple. Is there just a purple light in my base? Do we have the phone app where I can change the lighting? No, she definitely has black hair. That's just literally lighting in my base. All right, whatever. So she is care and feeding. Whenever a team member has hype or stress limit break, spin to change a reroll a new set of options. Yeah, that's pretty good. Co-conspire. Pick a contact to work directly with and spend a charge to immediately find a job that will benefit you both. Okay. And efficiency grind. At the safe house room that generates tokens, spend a charge to gain a token. Ooh, those are nice abilities. This was not in game last time we played. All right, so let's train. All right, so this is a tree I have not seen before. So, Karen, okay, so these are the 3 abilities we just looked at. Handpicked. Whenever you encounter a potential recruit through story or underworld hub, this passive talent allows the recruit to gain 2 starting levels. Pretty sweet. Arm work. Whenever considering leg work, you may spend a charge so the face can attempt any leg work with the base success of 40%. Okay. Pulling strings. Whenever a contact has influence or exposure limit break, you may spend a charge to reroll a new set of options for the limit break. Any additional options added by favors will also be re-rolled. That's actually really good. Whenever you help a contact influence limit break, spend a charge to increase the level of all contact services. Ooh. Man, these are good. During mission planning, you can activate leverage to grant map knowledge. Also good. Handbrake. During mission planning, spend a charge to activate a leverage that delays the job's deadline by a day. Plus 6. Oh, that's huge. In my last playthrough, we missed so many missions by like 1 day because of injuries. That's very tempting. Bait the trap. During mission planning, spend a charge to increase the chance headhunters attempt to collect their bounty during the job. Okay, so I can try to lure a headhunter in and I'll know that they're coming. I see why I would want that. Field coordination. In safe house field op room, spend a charge to focus coordination on a mission, both upgrading the 9 existing field ops and adding unique leverages. Pressure drop. During mission planning, spend a charge to leverage reduces heat generated by the job. Nice. Digital coordination. In the safe house hacking station room, all leverages gain hacking. Does that mean I could run a legwork to get them done? That could be interesting. I really would need a second hacker to do that. Inside hustle. The safe house counter intel room at level 4 or above. This passing talent allows you to spend a token to gain favors with contacts in the street or gang factions. Okay. I like all those. Any set generates tokens, spend a charge to gain a token instantly. Okay, we don't have anything that generates charges, so I'm not going to do that yet. Pick a contact to work with. Okay. Whenever a team member has a hyper stress base, spend a charge to reroll a new set. And we can buff that with cooldown, double cooldown, and we can save up extra charges. Negotiate a better deal based on the content of their faction. Remind me again what her stats were. She has 552, so handling is her low one. Might be because she extracted at full HP. Healing shouldn't matter. You get the wounds on damage taken. We learned that the hard way when we were playing before. There's a purple edge lighting to your base. We of all the places to go, we went into a gamer's warehouse. It has RGB, but it's stuck on purple. great game developed by cool people, says Martin. Martin, you couldn't be more right. Talent limit increase. Okay, thank you, Raphael. That's actually good information. How many is the max now? Is it 7 or 9? Because that's what I thought it was, so I was a little thrown off by that. All right, what do we want to do here? Extra leverages are super duper nice. Extra map knowledge. Knowing what you're getting into is huge. And this would give us extra cunning. Extra rewards is really nice early on. I think we're going to do that. Because we need money, we're going to grab Dealmaker. Use passive talent automatically negotiates a better deal based on the contacts and their faction. 10% plus persuasion. Yeah, handling is my bad stat. I want to make sure I'm not spending this on a bad one. Do I want to just upgrade this? What do we got? 10% influence for street or syndicate contacts. Milsec, okay. At the beginning, we're not going to be doing Milsec or corporate probably. So this would be better. Yeah, I'm going full greed. We're just going full greed here. +1 favor. Yeah, we'll talk about favors here in a minute. We'll back out of there. Do I want to head towards anything else? I like the XP idea, but that's so like one and done. That's buffing our contacts. That could be pretty good too. I think we're just gonna go full greed here. And we're just literally gonna up our mission rewards. That'll be a good strong start so I can get my base building. Okay, nobody else has any level ups. We have 2 conversations we can do. I'm gonna come back to that though. Okay, next up is the Command HQ. In the Command HQ, this is where we're gonna look at our potential missions, and based on the level of our Command HQ is how many tasks we can do. Right now I'm doing 2 clear rooms so that I'm using up both of my tasks. Cold storage is, I think it's basically quantum containment, essentially. We can hide data in here that other people can't find. I don't think this is storage space, but we also need to upgrade this for more quantum cooling for the base. Essentially our quantum defenses. As we build up rooms, that's one, like power and quantum cooling are the 2 limiting factors. In addition, we can make file sets. This is something I didn't do in my first playthrough, which was really bad. Essentially, if we collect the right kind of data, we can merge it together into something much more expensive so that we can sell it for a lot more. Something we definitely want to try to do this playthrough. It's called minting. Okay, let's do those conversations, I think. All right, mask, what do you know? So we will do... I don't remember how to do that for conversation. Cyberknights surgery takes time. Splicing something in the spine goes deep. Nothing keeps Noir down. He'll be back in the game before you know it. Running a heist team requires judicious planning. While you're waiting for Noir to recover, you can start preparing your mercenary base for the next phase by cleaning out 2 rooms. Okay, we did that. Once you've scheduled those tasks, advance the timeline, you can enable or disable the tutorial. Hey, Miko, am I allowed to give you your nicknames yet? Or am I still not allowed to do that? Also, you can add notes. So if you're doing really deep roleplay stuff or story stuff, I like that. Not something I really need here, but cool nonetheless. Okay. Rename. Am I allowed to do your code name? You haven't got one yet, so I can't change it. Okay. But you have a new conversation. I admit it, I thought we were cooked before we even got started. Gunned down on the rooftop by some Ultratech goons before Noir even got his wires. We're lucky Dennis is watching over us. We got to be able to lean on each other. I'm glad you know Dennis has our backs. Maybe you'll give him a little less spat next time he has a good idea too. I'll take it into consideration. Positive relationships such as respect creates a bond between characters and contacts. The benefits of hype, the negatives of stress, and the effects of story decisions all flow through relationships from one character to another. In addition, deploying characters in positive relationship on jobs together can also increase their hype, reduce stress, yield positive trait changes, and even increase XP. I will touch on this. Imagine hype and stress kind of like in Darkest Dungeon. So if you get too stressed out, you'll have like a mental break and something bad will happen. And hype is the opposite. If you're just like loving life and we're really successful, you'll get a positive trait. So those are what those two do. Greed is good. Gordon Gekko is giggling like a maniac. I always like Wabuta K. Morgan from Alpha Centauri for all my greed-related quotes. Highly important because of how much detail in the game helps you keep track of plan. Also good for roleplay. Yep, totally agree there. Hype train, let's go. Morgan the Monopolist. Yep, good old Morgan. He hopes to live forever, but he'd settle for 1,000 years. Me too, buddy. Me too. Okay, that's everything I think we can do. Just to go over the last bit of UI here, just so I can say I did it. Team power level, again, this is like game scaling. We get this from missions, I think, via time too. Heat is really bad. So heat's basically like people are on to us, and you know we're a clandestine organization. We would like heat at 0. As you can see here, the higher the security in a mission, it raises our heat. Contacts may not want to deal with us, aka like we could be injured and need a doctor. And if our heat's too high, the doctor's gonna be like, I don't know you. I can't help you. I'm gonna have to call the police if you don't leave. Even if we were friends, they wouldn't work with us. So heat is really bad. You do not want that. You also can just get other bad events, I'm pretty sure, by having that, like headhunters. Basically, we can get bounties put on our head. And famous headhunters are famous headhunters looking for you. Nano scrubbers, we'll need that as we expand the base. This is crafting materials. This is our money. This is the market. The interesting thing here... yeah, so the market here is actually a combination of all of our contacts. So we have Origami Joe, Diego, Dr. Ash, and Potato. Potato sells us these items. He's a hacker, essentially. Dr. Ash is a doctor, and right now she sells medical supplies. Diego is the gun runner that Red Hat knows. And Origami Joe, I don't remember who he knows, but he's also a gun dealer. And we can see that under contacts. So these are all the people we know, some of which are friends, some of which are enemies, and what they do for us. So here's Diego. He's a gun runner. He's associated with the gang Los Zagales. He's known and friendly. We click here. He has used weapons, used weapon mods, and used items. Here's Dr. Ash. She's a street doc who's indie. She's trusted and is known to us. She buys gang accounts, corporate files, used items, and she sells medical treatment and items and some cybernetics. So it's really important that we build up a network of people we know. This is one of my favorite systems in this game. I liked it in Star Traders Frontiers, but I think this one's even better. It is so cool. Here's Dr. Ekman. He's the guy that did our spinal surgery. Notice he's missing. We don't know what happened to him. Here's Ghoul. We haven't really talked about Ghoul yet. Kate McCall. She's a Brave Star person, missing and friendly. I believe, was she our old partner? She might have been our old partner when we were still in Brave Star. Mongrel. That's a moneylender. Octane. She's the one we borrowed the money from to get our spinal implant. Owen Yang is a nightclub owner. This is Mask's friend, I guess, or they used to work together. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say about those for now. I do want to peek. Is there anything in the market that interests me at the moment? New hacking stuff, new SMGs, weapon mod, accuracy. I don't hate a reflex, but we're bloody poor. What am I even doing? We can't. Wait. Except biorecyclers. Our Lord and Savior biorecycler. What biorecycler does is the same as the Scourge's ability to liquidate bodies. I find this incredibly powerful. I am going to buy, and Dr. Ash is the only one selling them. I'm going to buy 4 of them. Even being poor, that's how much I value those. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to change... Let's see. Let's get rid of the high explosive, and I'm going to put on a biorecycler. And then we'll do the rest of the people. Well, no, I'm going to do it right now. Shock mine, first aid. I'm going to keep the shock mine. I'm going to put on a biorecycler. Dennis, trade out your HE. Actually, no, keep your grenade. Let's trade out his first aid kit for a biorecycler. And then Sydney, we'll trade out the grenade for a biorecycler. All right. Finally, I'm going to hit play here. So all those things we queued up is basically the game paused. When I hit play, the time is going to move forward. Time actually matters. There's meta stories that go on that have end dates. Like, let's say there's a Corpo War, and the war ends in, I don't know, 2233. If you don't finish certain things, they're just gone because the war is over. So time does matter. We'll also have a lot of deadlines we have to watch out for. So, new conversation. Should you really be back on your feet, Noir? Evening, Mask. You're up late. We've all been stewing here. It's been a nervous wait for you to recover. We're really annoyed by this purple light. It's really throwing me off. But look, let me get you back to bed. I'm 12 days out from cyber surgery and riding a wave of pain medis. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fine, just standing here thinking. Like, the thing in your spine's thinking? I'm the only one thinking, Mask. My new spinal is a lot of things. A quantum crypt, a tactical computer, a quantum countermeasure broadcaster, but it's not some AI floating around in my skull. Sorry, I know. But yeah, I'm thinking with it. I'll find some time and talk with the others tomorrow. I know I need to calm some frayed nerves. The quantum rider changes nothing and everything. We all swallowed a big bottle of risk on this one, but it's gonna pay off. We'll come up aces, I know it. But if you're gonna be a stubborn forklift and refuse to go to bed, at least we can talk shop. What's our next play? Purple light intensifies. Babble's gonna see purple light in his dreams tonight. Okay, so Ultratech dropped a response team on the clinic. Right on the roof, nearly on our heads, and another team came through the lobby. So someone snitched on us, but late. Otherwise, they would have just been waiting for us. It could have been someone on the surgical team. I can't square how it'd be someone on our team and we'd still be alive. Nah, it ain't one of our own. I sent Dennis to figure it out quietly. Good move. We can trust Dennis with this one. He knows his way. He knows this kind of work is best done far from the safe house, with a martini in his hand. Have we heard anything from Octane? I'm sure she's eager to hear how things went. Octane called twice while you were under, but the team agreed to go dark, so I let it beep. Honestly, I didn't want to talk to Octane until she could see her up and in fighting shape. Well, she can wait a little longer then. I don't know, not much longer, Noir. You're a big investment, you know. You can call Octane directly by clicking on the timeline event, or wait for her to call by pressing the play button. Now, this does matter. I believe if you make her call you, she's a little mad about it. So I'm going to try to wait as long as possible and then call her right at the last second. We'll see if I can do that correctly. He's on some serious painkillers, neuro enhancers, stim packs, cram, and that's just to help him stand up. That's right, remember they poured a gallon of nano stitch in his spine. We need bankroll. We need to test these new teeth out on a heist. Well, Octane offered us a loan, but we knew we'd need hot cash after the operation. We've been saving the forward op just for this purpose. Miko found this one and scoped the facility out. It's a site where McKellen Heavy Industries is dismantling a major operating base in Ward 7 to move it to a new construction site in Ward 11. It's not perfect. We have to hit the base before they've siphoned off all the valuables. McKellen security is still going to be present, but they're not going to be on high alert. But we can dump the files, blueprints, and cubes right on the black market for United Digitals. That's the money, UDs, United Digitals. Maybe just enough to cover the first loan payment. And we need those credit. Octane's repayment schedule is very steep. Octane's a gang person. I think she's also a loan shark. We can prep, plan, and deploy forward op in the command HQ. Octane doesn't want to talk to us. She wants to hear about her money. Maybe, but we have 2 full weeks before we owe her a payment. So there must be a reason for the calls. Everyone has another agenda, eh? Here in New Boston? Yes, they do. All right. Let's contact her and figure out what she has in mind. Maybe we can learn something to boot. Enough, Noir. I don't care what you say. You're going back to bed. If you insist. I'll want to be looking fresh when I talk to Octane tomorrow anyways. New job forward op is ready to be planned. Okay, so we still have Dennis on legwork. So if I do the mission now, Dennis cannot come. Do I care? Maybe. Forward up, 20 days left for the time limit. It's against McKellen Heavy Industries. Who you're up against does matter. We can try to ally various factions. We could go against them and make them enemies. We could work in the dark against them. So this does kind of matter. At our current time, we're desperate, so we really don't have a lot of choices. Up here, you can see what kind of mission you're expecting. So we expect this to be a mixed stealth and combat. And there's optional hacking loot. So I do want to wait for my hacker before we do this. If I go mission planning, these are leverages. If I had the money, which I don't, we could bribe somebody for a matrix snoop, which will reveal the matrix. We could call in a favor for a violent diversion. Cancels any reinforcements from SecAI for 2 turns. That's very powerful. We don't have anyone who could do this, but if we had certain contacts, we could unplug the cameras. So we shall find out there. Now, for now, I'm just going to wait because I want Dennis to come back. Hopefully with good news. New conversation. So I can click this to call Octane. Again, I'm going to stall that out a little bit. New conversation. Our loan payment is $500,000 due to Octane in 30 days. That is a quick turnaround for our 20K. All right, let's go ahead and run time. I figured out who made the call, but you're not going to like the rest of my news. Ultratech's on our tails. They picked me up. Ah, dang it. We failed. My data patch into the Odd Clinics network got compromised. How dirty. I wiped the digital tracks, but I had to leave some of my equipment behind. I was careful, as we discussed, but I was long gone before the Ultratech boots hit the pavement. They missed me once at the Odd Clinic. This could be a good time to just disappear from memory. I know, I messed it up, but look, I did find what we wanted to know. A research lead to the biotech division must have seen something inside Dr. Ekman's surgery suite, got spooked and called a superior. One Addison Harcourt. That's a relief. It was just a bad look by some random at the clinic. Maybe we can still squeeze a win out of this if Ultratech has confirmation. We are still out here and alive. We've gained plus 20 heat. Man, that sucks. How did we fail a 75% success chance? Oh, that's XCOM, baby. Since as I requested notes to be added to Star Trader Frontier, but it was too late to be added. So as soon as this was announced, I continued to demand notes. In one of the recent posts, they did actually mention that, Sin, that they had some really good ideas that were just too late for them to be able to add. So at least you know they feel bad about it. That's XCOM, baby. That's right. Gambling always pays. That's right. You always win in the end, right? Okay, so we gained a bunch of heat. That really is not great, if I'm being honest. If we feel the heat just around the corner, we may want to lay low. Ultratech has already forgotten their snitch, left out to dry. It would be easy to lean on Addison Harcourt. She's an Ultratech citizen, but not particularly well-ranked position. Because of her, Ultratech nearly took us out. Find an angle or weak spot, and we can threaten or intimidate her to get the leverage we want. It'll take some time and chew up someone's hours, but it can be done. I do want this quite badly. I mean, I already took the heat for doing it the first time, right? Let's put this snitch under our thumb. Have some Ultratech biotech researcher in our pocket will eventually pay off. So it has to be Dennis again. Locked in for 2 days. That's fine. Yep, do it. Let's put the snitch under our thumb. Leverage is always worth it. Go digging, see what you can find, Red Hat. Please don't fail again. You've already failed me once. 31 heat, and we haven't even done anything yet. Oh boy. Bully her, she's vulnerable. That's right, actually. I told you. You call Octane, or I would have to do it for you. Huh, what do you think? You're my handler? How else do you think anything would get done around here, Noir? Huh, fair enough. You can even punch in her sig on the deck. What an honor. Alright, here she comes. Let's see what we can learn. Haha, look what the black soup washed up. Noir went into a sterile operating bay in the Odd Clinic. He wasn't swimming in the Boston Harbor. Oh, he took a journey to the black, alright. The Splicer said every new Cyberknight dies on the operating table when they are laying the quantum filaments. It's just a question of whether you come back or not. You wouldn't have been the first. I'm standing here, alive and cranking. Your investment didn't die on the table. I missed you, Noir. Can I say that? I feel like it's been a long wait. We knew the risks, so you've seen a knight die in op? No, this is all new to me. Quantum writers are so rare, they're impossible to get. That splicer, Dr. Ekman, was telling some stories he had heard from other surgeons taking the risk. You were the first Cyberknight he ever cut up. Probably his last, I guess. What, his last? That sounds ominous. Remember that Ultratech TAC response team that tried to catch you? Well, they scooped him up. I'm sure their interrogators will make short work of learning that his brother owes a life debt to the D cartel. But there isn't anything else he can tell him. It was all set up blind. Ultratech won't be any step closer to me or you after a long chat with the good doctor. Cyberknight quantum writers are impossible to get, so where'd you get this one? Nanofabbing is one of those things is so illegal. No one even has the blueprints. It's a zombie computer, isn't it? They're all zombie quantum writers at this point, Mask. So yes, your spinal implant was recently spliced out of the spine of a dead Cyberknight. And who the hell was that? A knight died on the job. I got the opportunity to inherit the computer and took it. Now it's yours. All the rest are secrets of the D cartel, and I will not say more. I'm still wondering why you wanted to talk. Our loan payment isn't up for a while. I see your priorities are straight. Let's talk money. You chose to be direct, so I shall be direct. You owe me a lot of United Digitals, more than you will be able to pay. We are... Please, I'm not here to threaten you or try to ratchet up the interest until the debt's unpayable. I called to make an offer. I have a job for you. I need you to recover something that's been stolen from me. We do jobs, we get stolen property. What will you pay? I will erase your debt entirely, Noir. Remember, we have like an unpayable amount of debt. Hold on, Chumbo. Chumbo. Are you saying that you found an impossible to find Cyberknight computer, you loaned us $2 million to install it, and all just so you can get a job done? It's a very sensitive matter, integral to the D cartel. You're going to be going directly against the syndicate. Recovery is only the first step. The thief is Ghoul, a syndicate blade, who won't part easily with my stolen property. But once you've recovered my property, I need a Cyberknight. I need you to sneak it into a secure data center. And if we pull it off, you drop the $2 million debt, recover my lost property, hit a data center, and the $2 million United Digital is forgiven. I'm also very distracted by my brown beard. I hope they fix that relatively soon. Our repayment schedule is 4 payments of $500K every 20 days for $2 million. We knew coming in this schedule would be impossible to keep. All right, so here we go. We have to make a decision. If we complete jobs for you, you'll promise to tell us everything you know about my quantum writer. I need to know who this zombie was in before me. That kind of past doesn't just die with the owner. If you pull off the heist, I'll tell you everything I know. It isn't much. I need to know, Octane. So I guess we agreed to this without realizing it was going to be a zombie. Zombie's basically an implant that we ripped out of somebody who died. So I mean, I guess we probably should have been smarter and should have known that, but I guess we didn't. So we have two choices. We can see the specs on the job and take it, or we could say we're going to pay our loan. Let's see what people are thinking here. Free spine is free spine. They're just giving these things out. Typical manipulative woman. I know who the prior owner was. It turns out that Sin's actually a zombie. It was his. Do the mission. All right, that's my inclination. Just gaming it out. If we pay back the loan, that means I can't afford to upgrade our base or buy upgrades. I feel like that would be very difficult. Very difficult. However, there's probably a way you can do it, because if I learned anything from Star Traders, all of these stories should be doable. Never say no. Clearly trustworthy. Where else do you get a spine? That's right, have a spine, buddy. Sin is the quantum rider. All right, we need to see the specs on those jobs, but we'll take your offer. So this was the plan all wrong. You never wanted us to pay off the debt. If you had insisted, I'd take the money and find someone else to do the work. I'm glad you can see the business sense in taking my offer. I really hate her droll expression. I want to punch her. We're gonna need a lot more detail before we promise anything, but we'll look at your jobs. Everything's coming over right now. You know how to contact me if you have any more questions. Octane's Haven Smokeout is ready to be planned in the Command HQ. Additional conversations and options for each job are available in the Command HQ. With the price of that business concluded, I'll leave you to your planning. Well, she disconnected. Sin says you laugh, but there's a few versions of me in the game. A few other high-end backers added me into the game. Nice. Point it out when we run across them if you're here. By hell, Octane wants us to go against the D-Cartel rivals? A powerful syndicate blade like Ghoul isn't going to tip over easy. That's why she called you in, or created you. Octane's asking us to go against a member of the D-Cartel, but our 2 million loan is with the D-Cartel? Maybe the D-Cartel doesn't even know about the loan. As the financier, Octane might be keeping us a secret. You're right, hiding it from Ghoul and from every other possible threat or enemy in D-Cartel. We need our loan forgiven, but not if it lands us in even worse trouble with the rest of D-Cartel. We have only heard Octane's side of the story. We need to get our own read on the power plays in the D-Cartel. Where did the zombie spinal computer really come from? I'm not surprised that it's a zombie quantum rider. It's been illegal for half a century to nano-fab these things. But Octane was hiding something important behind the excuse of D-Cartel secrets. Do you think Arcane might know more about the dead knight than she was willing to say? Absolutely. Maybe she even killed the knight to get the rider. Who knows? Or the knight died on the very job Octane's sending us on. We need to take Octane's offer, but we don't have to take it blind. Someone better start quietly digging into the previous owner for your quantum rider. Use quantum rider, zombied actually. New to you at least. Let's just stick with the new Cyberknight computer, alright? Okay, so legwork, delay. So all this play was to make us take a job? How does that make any sense? It's so suspicious. It's all neatly wrapped up to be real. I have a bad feeling about this job. Octane jumped through a lot of hoops to get us to set this up and force us to agree. It's stacked against us. We don't have much choice and she'll bring the weight of D-Cartel on us. We don't know enough. We need more intel. Someone will have to go quietly digging into why Octane has gone through such lengths to get a Cyberknight under her thumb for this important heist. Oh my goodness, we have so much legwork. Okay. 7 days. I guess we're doing it. Okay, Miko, look into that. So that thing in your spine was dug out of somebody else's spine recently? We need to focus on the events before that part. Who was the last knight who owned the Quantum Rider? How did they die? How did Octane come into ownership of this implant? That sounds like dangerous questions asked. I'll get you some answers, Noir. I know this is very personal for you. The story we've been told doesn't hold water. Anything we can do to start putting the pieces together is worth the risk. How many hours do I have on this game? Oh, Ask and Sin, I gotcha. Thousands of hours, wow. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, they're good games. Did someone earlier say that this is going to come out on mobile too? Refurbished spine, good as new. Just slap a bumper sticker on the back, we're good. Okay, so we also need someone to investigate Octane's power plays inside D-Cartel. Is she leading us into more trouble than we can handle? Okay, and Mask can do that at 75%. I'm going to send that too. I'm very worried how many people I just sent out, because this is what got me in trouble last time. Neither of us is gonna like hearing about the entire deal that Octane has laid out. The 2 million Digi loan was bad enough. This seems worse. It's our best way out of the loan right now, so we're gonna stick with it. But we've got to get working on our Underworld network to look for more options. We need you to be thorough and quiet. We need to know what type of play Octane's planning and who our enemies are. The briefing the job itself has a lot of extra detail to follow up on about the Syndicate Blade Ghoul. I don't like someone else pulling the strings, so if it means we get off Octane's hooks faster, I'm all in. But I'll have to be careful asking about any Syndicate business. They see Brave Star undercovers and rats under every move. Yeah, we are ex-Brave Star, just from our backstory. I believe... Who else is? I think our Scourge is too. We're taking twice the risk to get the truth behind the story Octane's selling, but it might be worth it. We're working every angle that we can. Now's the time to let it work. Okay, are we gonna be okay? Yes, we are gonna have enough people finish before our heist. No, we're not. All right, let's see what we can do here. I don't know who you are or how you got around my privacy protocols, but I'm not buying whatever. But go on, Addison Harcourt. It's nice to put a face to a name. I don't know you. You can't remember the Cyberknight you tried to have killed? If you're gonna try to take someone out this powerful, you should at least know who you're dealing with. I didn't know what Dr. Ekman was doing. We've been through the AUG Clinic record, so cut the lies. And your Ultratech privacy protocol was so standard, Addison Harcourt. We've had a little look inside your life. Don't try to play it tough. You're a B-tier citizen who barely passed her aptitude test. Ultratech has forgotten your little snitch move and is already off to fight the next fire. Now let's talk. You feed Dr. Ekman to the corporate killers to hide your own drug problem, right? You've done an awful job covering your track. For slinging meds illegally to your friends, Ultratech might just kick you to the curb. But the bio formula you sold in 29? For that, they'll just kill you, like Dr. Ekman. Kill Dr. Ekman? They just took him for some questioning. Oh, Dr. Ekman's never coming back after what he did. Neither would you. I mean, does he have the perfect mustache for this or what? Tell me, why shouldn't Ultratech off your little side hustle? I'll do whatever you want. I can sling you drugs from the lab. If I get another shot of bio formula, I'll call you. That's the attitude that'll keep your little dirty secret out of Ultratech hands. We don't want anything from you right now, but when we call, you answer, and you'll do exactly what we tell you to do. Understood, Chowda? Yes, understood. Then you'll be hearing from us. Addison Harcourt gained the trait Under Our Thumb, and has a starting 8 out of 100 trust score, and owes us 3 favors. We can use favors to make regular purchases without spending dollars, or to call in help where money can't buy it. Most often for leverage on jobs. So if we go up to our... No, they want me to do stuff down here. Now that you've cleaned out the room, it's time to start upgrading it. Before a new module can be installed, the utilities in the room must be upgraded. So continue. All modules require power supply to operate. First, you need to open room management from a clean room, and then use upgrade utilities interface to start the task to upgrade the power utility. Power flows. The power utility flows outward from the safe house's central lift. For rooms adjacent to the lift, the maximum power utility is set by the command HQ. For outer rooms like this one, the maximum power utility is set by the room adjacent to the central lift. As we build our base, we should build rooms that require less power in the outer room. Gotcha. Now, I remember last time being annoyed by something I built here, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I seem to remember we had the nano scrubber here, and I think we just have to put the nano scrubber here. So we need level 1 power. So I need this, and then I need to remember, yeah, power. Upgrading utilities power. Use this interface to select the utility and purchase an upgrade. Upgrades will take time and cost credits. So continue. We want power wires. Do it. So I'm upgrading that. While that's building, I'm going to go ahead and go over here, and I'm going to start cleaning up another room. And we are almost out of money. Okay, I do have 4 mercs ready. Okay, so we do have enough for a mission. I think last time we played, either the timing was different, or I got wounded or something, and I didn't have enough mercs for the missions, and it was very, very, very bad. Okay, so the heist is gonna finish before she finishes the legwork. So for the heist, okay, take this off. I really don't care what you have, and I'm gonna give it to you. The extra biorecycler. I put a lot of weight on those. Nobody's injured. Now either I could wait to let the heat cool off a little bit, or we do the mission and we have more time to heal between now and when we have to do this heist. I think we're just gonna have to go with the high heat, as much as I dislike that. If you get someone dedicated to legwork, you could call them Stairmaster. Get the game, don't pay, do not do the job and find out. You either like it or hate it, but it's still your choice. Yep, yep. You have to move to Cheese Town, Southside. His mustache and fedora are choices. I was waiting for this update on my deck. I'll play as soon as the stream's finished. Nice. Nice. Debts like taxes are optional. Yes, sir. Yes, him over there in chat. I was busy helping on here and on the Reddit. Think you were wounded. Yeah, I seem to remember, like, it really sucked. I just remember that, and it was very frustrating. I think I would rather jump in early with the higher heat, and then when I get wounded, I'll be able to heal before our next mission. So I think we're going to actually do this one. So that's this one on the short timer. It's against Ghoul in D Cartel, and it's 4 Octane in D Cartel. We have to have our Cyber Knight. We're going to earn 218,000 for doing the objective. Yep, mission planning. So we have Dealmaker Double. Your face's Dealmaker talent has boosted the job price and added 10% influence. Thank you very much. We can have a Violent Diversion for 1 favor. That's probably worth it, so I'm going to buy that. So we were using up a favor with Diego. I will take the favor. We could add 2 turns before dead enemies are noticed. I'm planning on melting bodies, so I don't need to worry about that. Unplug the cameras for 5k. Disables all cameras and long-range cameras until the end of the turn. I'm gonna take that. And we're paying Octane for it. 5k. All right, we'll do that. So this is why it's so important to expand your contact list, because different people can do different things for you. So these can radically change the difficulty of your different missions. And Sin, thank you for the $10 super chat. Happy Cyberknight Flashpoint launch day. Ve Victus. Thank you very much, Sin. Very generous of you. Thank you, thank you. How fast is heat lore? I believe it's 1 per day right now. There's buildings that we can build that can help lower this, but obviously we don't have any of that stuff yet. Yeah, we're gonna give it a go. Whoop, that was not what I wanted to do. We're gonna give it a go though. Luckily when I back out, it keeps all my leverages. Prep 4 mercs. All right, so Noir has to go because we're required to have our Cyberknight. And I actually, well, hold on. Let's back out of here. I want to change one thing. I did this last time and I really liked it. I want to go in here. I want to get my silenced weapon. I can't do it right now. I need a spare weapon. Well, maybe I can do it with this. Yes. I want to have my stealth weapon in my main hand. It's because I'm going to always start missions quiet. So we're always going to want that. So, whoop. I'm going to go through and everyone on this mission, she already has it that way. Already has it that way. Already has it that way. Does not. So I want... Equip. I want this one to have the bull assault. And I want to go back in here and equip that. I just want my silenced pistol as my main weapon. It's just that way I don't have to remember to switch and have an oops. All right, let's do it. Mission planning, prep mercs and deploy. So Noir is going. Next up will be Sid, and then August, and then Dennis. Everyone's got their pistols out, except for somehow I didn't manage to fix this one. All right, I'm just gonna eat it this time. I'll fix it next time. Just double checking my stuff. Everyone's got their bio recyclers, first aid kit bio, first aid bio, high explosive grenade, evasion initiative, move point, move speed. I feel like we might have too much first aid. Yeah, let's change his first aid out. Give me another high explosive. And dang it, you know what? I'm just going to fix it. That's going to annoy the heck out of me. I don't know why that didn't go through. Flip that. Flip that. Okay, that's what I want. Save loadout. I'll fill with this more later. Is that too short? Save new loadout. Okay. There we go. Mission planning, prep mercs, start mission. Play the Matrix role. Yeah, let's run it just so I can show it off. Oh. Oh, you're gonna make me do it now? Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was gonna be a separate little thing here. Alright, fine. It won't take me very long. Okay, so this is the hacking minigame. The hacking tutorial aims to teach you the most important parts about hacking a Matrix host. If you mess up, you can retry the turn or restart the mission. At any point you're finished with the tutorial, head to the extraction point. Or you can just open the game menu and complete tutorial. Time to ride. When you're done with the mission, you can find the exit at the terminal. First, we need to go to the terminal to log in. So we need to run to here. And we are going to plug in. While we are hacking, this is the gameplay. So this is really interesting because this will have like one turn in here and then there'll be the rest of the map will play. So it's very important that you kind of do your hacking quickly, generally speaking, because the game does not pause for the mini game. Matrix host. Each host is a maze of nodes that are linked together. There are different node types. There are terminal nodes. The next node is over here. We would like to scan them before we go. These are the skills we have while we're in here. We have to prep them. We have various RAM and IO and different HP stats while we're in here. We have action pools. We have action points. And our cyberdeck active memory is how many things we can hold. IO is how much we can load and unload. Once our scan problem is loaded, we need to move up to the next one. So we're going to load our scan. We're going to hit that. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to scan. Scan results. Well done. The full scan, 2 out of 2 is complete. We can see the neighboring node is an access point, and we can see that it has a single passive ice intrusion countermeasure guarding it. Okay. Next, we're going to load the thing that counters it, which is this. We need to connect to the next node, so we're going to move over there essentially. So we're going to connect. And we're going to... Yes, passive ice just waits unless we trigger it. We're going to use sleaze. That turns off the ice. And then we would want to Oh my goodness, that was way more tutorial than I remember. There's also security levels inside here is what that's telling me. So we're going to do our scan. Over here we can see that we need this deception program, so we load that. And we've got it loaded, so then we are going to connect over here. We're going to use our deception program that we just loaded to continue the tutorial. I keep trying to click the button when it wants me to hit tutorial. There's different life values while you're in here is what that's telling me. We're going to decapacitate it. Forcing end of turn. Success. The active ice was disabled before it could ding our connection. Next, to simulate the natural end of a hacking turn, the tutorial has reduced your HP to 0. Okay. End action. Yep. We can disconnect if we want to, or we could just end our turn. So we're going to end our turn. This would be like people would be out on the map shooting and whatnot, and then next turn would come around. All right, we are going to scan and connect. CPU objective. Welcome to the CPU, the tough quantum core of the machine. Your objective is to completely crush the host defenses by injecting a virus spike directly into the quantum construct. However, before we can spike it, 2 conditions must be met. We must be scanned 2 out of 2, and all ice must be destroyed. Run the scan program on a CPU to now reveal the type. So we would like to scan. 2 ice are defending the node, an active ice blaster that will try to damage your cyberdeck, and a passive jammer that increases the activation of matrix things. All right, let's do that. So +4 to all actions taken, 10 damage taken. Let's get rid of the damage taken, and then we'll turn that off. And then we need to load our attack program. Attack loaded. You must pick which ice you want to attack first, keeping in mind that blaster will hit your cyber deck. And Q-sec tally for projectile. However, note that when ice is destroyed without being disabled first, it will continue to Q-sec tally. Check each ice for individual Q-sec penalty. Essentially, we can have the security alarm trigger. We don't want to do that. So we've loaded that. Finish the attack. Yep. Blow that one up. Attack any ice. We did it. We need to scan for 2 for 2, so we need to reload our scan program, and we did it. The CPU's been scanned 2 for 2, and all ice is destroyed. We can spike it. The viral spike's been deployed in the remote host CPU. My work here is done. The primary objective is complete. The virus spike's been driven into the core. Some missions will feature this objective, your employer paying you to infect a host. Spiking a CPU reduces the current security level by 2 entire levels. This means that the Q-sec tally rises again. It will skip 2 escalations. Another note, there can be alarms. Yep. Further objectives. Yep. Data warehouse node. The west link from the CPU head is a data warehouse, and we have a security unit over there. So we have what we need loaded. Are you scanned? You should be. Let's connect over here. Data warehouse. Node stores files you can download and sell for money or keep for file sets. Your goal for this node is to download the loot manifest file. We need to scan the node first and then deal with the ice. Be wary of the traps here. The third type of ice is a trap ice. Traps are not discovered by the basic scan and will only run when you find 2 out of 2. If a trap is present, the attempt to reach scan 2 out of 2 will reveal the trap and leave the node at 1 out of 2. Alright, so let's sleaze. Data warehouse nodes will store the files. Yep. And we need to scan it. Ice trap detected. So we have a data lock, prevents download access until disabled or destroyed. And they have different triggers. This one's not too bad because it just makes it so we can't download things. Layered defenses. Yep, they can have multiple things on them, so we're going to disarm that. And what do you need? Once disarmed, the ice trap is harmless unless woken up by another one. Run the scan program now. Okay, we'll scan it. Data nodes. Some data nodes are more vulnerable. Yep. We will, data logs. Yes. We will download our loot. Download complete. It's now either time to disconnect or move on to another node. I'm not going to bother here, but essentially this is how I can take over cameras and other security. So we're going to disconnect. And complete tutorial. I probably didn't need to run through that one. I didn't realize it was going to lock us in there. You just mash keys on keyboard. That's what the movies taught me. Yeah. This is, as far as like hacking mini games go, this is actually a pretty good one. And like the skill of your hacker does matter quite a bit. So I like it. All right. For realsies this time. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me go through here again. Sid, August, and Dennis. Let's actually start our mission. The hideout is just ahead. They've carved out quite a little den of thieves in this underground slum. They probably don't usually keep anything valuable here. The place is more than a little flop house for Syndicate soldiers. The patrols are close in. They aren't expecting anyone to come knocking. The Dropbox and Wire Ghost are in there somewhere. We need to move quickly and quietly enough that they don't just slip out the other side. The closer we can get without raising the full Haven alarm, the better. Okay, so we need to recover the Q endpoint, so that's going to be somewhere. And I seem to remember we have bonus loot here. The thing we're after somewhere in here. And we also get 2 favors if we complete by turn 14. Also, we'd like to kill the Wire Ghost. So essentially, we'd like to kill their hacker while we're here. Okay, so I see we've got multiple cameras over here. We've got at least 3 people outside. We have maybe an entrance here. Definitely a sideway maybe. And an entrance over here. I think we're going to head for the right side entrance. Probably by swinging wide. I think that's going to be my plan. We could pop Tactical Surge, but I'm going to save that until we go loud. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. I was going to actually see if we could run. Well, oops there. Luckily, I think we're safe where that ended up. All right, Sid, do not sneak. I would like you to run. Yeah, watch out for this too. I'm trying to move really far away, so she tries to make the most quick route, which would run her into a camera. But if I just do a little bit of pre-move, so 3 action points to get to here, and then I'm gonna have you go to there. I can get much further and still use the full run. Okay, Dennis, you're gonna do the same thing. I may not even need to turn that camera off, actually, if I can just get around the side here. Okay, just double checking. I just had a flash of, oh my goodness, I didn't check to see if there was anyone to the right, but it looks like we're okay. August, same thing. I would love to make it through here without having to turn off that camera. That would be logistically very helpful for me. You can make it to that cover. And sneak. Alright, what are you going to do? You're patrolling back and forth. You're looking back and forth. And ditto. Well, there was another guy outside. Okay, it was just on the other side. Do note that we are getting 2 security ticks per turn, even though I didn't do anything. They just have better security here than where we just were. Okay, I can take this guy out. However, when she walks, she's probably going to walk forward and she would see that body. I may just need to play it cool here for a turn. With the people I have, I don't think I have any distraction skills yet, so not much I can really do. Alright, with that being said, let's just move up. Look ahead. Yeah, so this is kind of like when we were able to do anticipation. Let's drop that. Okay, he's gonna turn away. She's gonna walk forward and down that. Okay, I'm probably gonna want to take her out. Okay, both of those guys are gonna look away, so he's probably gonna have to go too. We're gonna do some wet work, I think, next turn, or maybe even later this turn. Yeah, just delay. Yeah, and nothing going on here. You guys should just chill. Delay. Turns away. Excellent. All right. We have almost full actions here. I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna go hot right now. Do I tactical surge? I'm just debating this because it has a long cooldown. This is a very important pop for me. I don't think I need it to take out 2 people. I think we can do this. Let's yield, and we'll see how these 2 do. So my hacker... Alright, buddy. 95% chance to hit, because we're shooting him from stealth, essentially. Do it. 101, excellent. Alright, so now... 3 plus 6% because of focused fire. Essentially, because I'm shooting the same target, I get a little bit of bonus. There's not a lot of recoil on a silenced pistol. Excellent. Good job, Dennis. Good start. Do I need to turn that camera off? Probably, but maybe not yet. If I had you run, you can't make it to safety. She's gonna turn around. I'll tell you what, just chill for a second. I'm kind of wanting to just kill her too, like right now. Okay, if I was gonna do that... Well, can you just do it from here? No, not in range. So I'd need to move at least somewhat closer. She would hear me there. I would only have enough AP for 1 shot, unlikely to finish her. You know what? Oh man, August is just so bloody slow. I need her initiative to be higher. It's very hard to plan these turns like this. Okay, I think we're gonna run to where we can get. Go. Then we're gonna go into stealth. And we're going to wall up. Okay, I could do an overwatch. I could do a flush. I think we're just getting into action. Dennis. I think you're done too, because I just can't get you. He might be safe here, or he might get spotted. It's really difficult for me to tell. Maybe we go before her. I'm going to chance that. I'm going to be really aggressive here. Alright, and as previously mentioned, I'm going to be really aggressive here. And just pray that this is full block cover. Okay, you. What I really need you to do is melt that body. And I think I can do it. Okay, I'm going to hit shift to turn snapping off so it stops trying to snap me to the terrain. Man, I swear there was a way to tell if this actually would hit or not. I'm expecting the body to light up, and I'm just not seeing... I'm not seeing the feedback I want. I can't remember if it's like his feet that matter where the body actually is, or what. Yeah, I've already used 3 actions. Alright. Again, greed is good, right? You have to be aggressive in this mission. It's not an easy one. I seem to remember it went pretty good for us last time, but, you know, So did the tutorial mission, so we'll see. Hopefully when she turns, again, hopefully this is blocking me, and hopefully this is blocking me, or she turns left and not right. Ooh, time shall tell. Camera spotted August. Oh my goodness. I did not think that was a swivel camera. I thought that was a back and forth camera. Okay, that's still not the worst. We do still have leverage. We could unplug the cameras. That doesn't really matter to me at the moment. We can cancel reinforcements, yeah. We don't have a bloop. Okay, I don't want any of that yet. Okay, so Sid is gonna have to wait because I need to turn off that camera before I start shooting people in front of it. Turn that off, please. That's so disappointing. And I really don't need him to do anything else. Let's delay. What I want here is... It's 2 moves, that's 1 move. Give me my snap back on. Get 1 move to here. And take the shot. It's an ambush! Oh no, why would you try to shoot her in the sneakers? Jeez. August. What are you doing? Alright. We should be okay there. I think that's a safe spot for a body. Dennis. I just heard a Windows sound. Hang on a second. We didn't have a problem, did we? Nope, we seem okay. A little weird. Okay, Dennis. Now, we only have so long until that camera comes back online. So I do need to kind of move... Oh, there is a guy back there. Okay, I'll tell you what. Dennis, I need you to move here. And we're going to biorecycle that body. Biorecyclers are love. Biorecyclers are life. Go green. Melt the bodies. Not sure that's enough cover. That one, that should be enough cover. For Noir. That's fine. Alright, up here we have a different type of security. We have a motion field sensor. Detects running, but not sneaking intruders. It's blocked by cover. We're probably going to have to turn that off. I seem to remember that being a lot of problems last time. HE grenade, biorecycler. We still have our tax surge. I don't think I need to do anything. Well, can we move closer? We sure could. I mean, I don't see a reason why we don't move up. Yeah. Take the space when we have it. Okay, Sid. Man, I wish I knew if he was going to go further or turn around. I feel like that's getting spotted. I feel like that's probably getting spotted. This feels better. And I don't know. I don't know if I can. Okay, I can see that person. I'm pretty sure there's people in this room. So I got to be a little bit careful about where I'm going loud. I don't think I'm going to shoot anyone else this turn. I just can't contain a body. I think we're done here. She doesn't need to reload. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Yeah, and because I have all those biorecyclers, I don't have to worry about them finding any bodies anywhere. Okay, so because they spotted me with the camera, it told him to come over here and look and see what was going on. So he ran closer, and he did spot... I'm not sure who he's seeing, but he spotted someone when he got close. So now we have a big jump here. Now, we can lower that by getting him killed. And, spoilers, he's not going to survive. Cyberknight? Sure. Yep. Yep. And I think we are going to use our security scramble on that. And Noir still has one action point. I'm actually just going to reload here quick. And out of actions. Hey, Dennis. I would love to get this loot. I also could get in here and start turning off some of the security. It says I'm going to get spotted by that guy. Okay. What if I ran? Turn off snap. Okay, run to here. And then sneak. Oh. Okay. I'm not sure why I got to know they were in there, or why several of them are looking in my direction, but I think we're okay. It says unaware. All right. Get in there. All right, we're in. Now, unfortunately, we're kind of coming in here without a lot of points. Yeah, give me overclock, give me hard shell, scan. Need to load that. Do it. And we'll sleaze. Scan. We have a matrix AP subprocessing unit responsible for secondary quantum option. Okay. Need that to turn it off. I think we're okay to do that. Connect, deception. I'm very low on AP here, so I gotta be careful. Give me another scan. I have 8 AP left. Okay, there's various things. Okay, triggered if you load a Cyberdeck program, immediately steals 10 AP. 10 damage to Cyberdeck when you take any action. Disabled and sleeping, so we should be okay here. I'm just debating ending my turn on this point. I think we're okay ending our turn here. Triggered if you load a program, so I don't want to load anything here. I think we're just done with that turn. Alright, he's just gonna chill. He's suspicious, so he's gonna walk forward. What can you see currently? Not too much. Oh, we got oh boy, just everyone's just looking in this direction. Okay, I can sneak though. Really? Okay, that is so specific, I don't trust that. I think I'd rather sneak over here. And then we're gonna be done. We are probably gonna have... Oh, maybe they didn't. We got that wire ghost we'd like to kill too. I think when we go loud, we're just gonna try to take him out right off the bat. Okay, was I was able to jump through there if I wanted to. That may... Well, but then again... I can kill them. I'm just debating whether I want to split the team. I could get there. I mean, I definitely could get there. He doesn't seem to turn around and look at the building. So as long as I don't make any noise, he would be fine. Where's that other patrol? And he's way over there. Then again, splitting the party always turns out well, right? So maybe we don't do anything like that. We just sneak in up here into position. Yeah, let's just get into position up here. Let's not split the party. Done. Alright, what are you gonna do? Turn away. Good choice. Probably still gonna kill you, though. Just so you know. Okay, you have nobody in your sights currently. Let's delay action. Okay, here. Scan. Okay. SCU, Security Control Unit. Yeah, I can turn off some of the security if I move over here. And I do have the things loaded I need for it. So let's connect to that. Let's use our deception. Let's use our deception. Disabled. Oh, I see. There's two things here. Triggered if you use a Cyberdeck program. Okay, well, I'm not going to use any more, so I can leave that, I suppose. So we have camera 1. Okay, that's going to need to get turned off. Hack that device. Back in the day, we didn't have fun stuff like biorecyclers to help with this mission. Yeah, this mission is very difficult. I can definitely see that being a problem. Laser mesh, by the time we get there, I don't think that's going to be relevant. The motion detector, I think this will turn it off longer. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the assumption that that's true. Again, I seem to remember that just giving me all kinds of problems, and I don't care about that camera currently. Okay, I have what I need for that. Let's get out of here. Let's jump over here. Sleaze that. I need to load in some more scanning. I do have what I need to turn that off. So we'll connect. We'll sleaze it. Scan. Okay, so we have Financial Fortress. These fortresses are responsible for processing ongoing financial operations. I like ongoing financial operations. And we have an incinerator. Okay, we definitely don't want to hit trigger an incinerator when we're not ready. Okay, so we're going to need this. Connect. Deception. Scan. I figured there'd be something here. Ice Diamond Sleeping. Triggered if you load a Cyberdeck program. Immediately steals. Okay, I'm not going to load anything here. So we have account, Cybernetic Organ Harvest account. Download. And Propaganda Streamline Capital. Download. And then let's get GTFO there. Okay, now I could move here. We have what we need to turn that off, but we don't if there's a second thing hidden. It will disconnect me if I end my turn there. Okay, if I move, that costs 2. I use my program to delete that for 4. All right, let's do it. Let's turn that off. Force a deload of scan. Okay, there was something here. Okay, let's back up one. And we're gonna need scan reloaded. And I don't know what else it's gonna be. I guess let's load disarm. And then he's out of AP, so we will end his turn. I split the party once on this mission and still got shoot up inside grabbing the case. Alerted? Oh, how did you get alerted? Sitha used target, intruder spotted. Spotted someone moving. He must have saw her. That's super annoying. Okay. I don't have any abilities. Well, Sid might have an ability that can fire without taking Overwatch, but I'm not certain. I think Noir is going to have to take care of this. Man. It never goes to plan, does it? No plan survives contact with the enemy. Okay, he's going to hear me if I go up here. I do have a shot on that guy. Yeah, like everyone's gonna hear this. Okay, I think it's time for tactical surge one way or the other. We're gonna do that. And then pre-computed advantage on himself, just in case we need that. And you know what? Let's do that on Sid also. So we have really high initiative for next round. And then I'm gonna actually delay. I have a bunch of people suspicious, and that they're not gonna do anything else. I need to wait for these other people to chill or waste their turns. Hey, are your comms out? Oh no. Oh no. It's all falling apart. All of these guys, as long as they all group up this corner, are looking mighty grenadeable. I gotta worry about this wire ghost too. I would like to take them out. No. Double O. Alright, things are about to get mighty shooty. Okay, what do you have shots on? Just him. I also have my grenade. I think we're just gonna take the shots of the guy I can while I'm still in full stealth and get that crit. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be hitting me. Okay. Let's do look ahead to at least lower their initiative. Wow, that was not a good turn. That was really not a good turn. Getting just absolutely shot up here. Okay, you're gonna have a major problem because you're in Overwatch. I can't yield you anymore. Well, they can only shoot me once. Okay, you don't have any good targets. If we went to your shotgun and just go totally loud, I might be able to one-shot that guy. I'm gonna get hit, though. You know what? Take my shot. Yeah, that's too low odds. That's not great. I'm gonna take the shotty. If I take the shotty, I'm committed to trying to kill this guy this turn, or he's done. Everyone on the map's gonna know I'm here as soon as I start blapping. I guess we're at that point. And they didn't get the Overwatch shot. I was expecting to get shot right there. And then now I can delay, which I couldn't do before. What's the plan? The name of your machine gun? Lucky Shot. That's the name of my machine gun. Okay, I don't think we're... Well, I gotta kill this guy right now. I'm gonna fire loud, so there's no point in not doing it. Alright, we're gonna use Twin Iron on him. Actually, can I just normally shoot you? We may not kill him. I'm gonna use Twin Iron because I want to make sure he's dead. That's gonna shoot both guns and miss! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you're killing me. I gotta remember that we're so low level. Alright, please. Oh. Oh, that's not gonna turn out well. I mean, I just have to take a shot here. If I just run. Care about making that shot. And if I'm gonna get hit anyways... It's just too many people. How is that not triggering? Okay, he must have a weird thread on that shot. Alright, that is telling me I will have a shot on him. I'm gonna trust it. Alright, I'm not with that weapon. I do with that. 57. And we whiff it. Reload. And a 53. Oh my gosh. That's XCOM, baby. We just missed, like, how many shots? Yeah, some of those weren't the greatest, but... Alright, hopefully we go fast in this turn initiative, because this is gonna be bad. Jamming devices. Alright. Let's use our leverage. Cancel any reinforcements. I don't think cameras matter at this point. We'll leave that alone for now. Where's my popcorn? Stormtroopers aim? Yeah. Yeah. That was a lot of missed shots. That was a lot of missed shots. Okay, so Noir. I mean, we're fully loud. I might as well switch over to the AR. No valid targets. Okay, I could throw a grenade. I can't really catch who I want to catch with it. I could bounce a grenade in there, which isn't terrible. Did he get... He hasn't had a chance to run yet, though. I also have this guy coming up behind me. I want to take this shot. He's going to take off. I'm not going to have a better chance. Run to here. All right. 74% chance. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Thank you. Jeez. We have to leave it to Noir. Got him. Didn't run fast enough, little Matrix rat. Time to find the drop box before things get too hot. Yeah, I think we're beyond that. We are far beyond too hot. 62% chance you're the only person I can see. Or I could step back. I'm going to step back for some cover. In turn. Alright, Sid. So I started blasting, is what I want you to do. With your revolver. I don't think that's technically cover. Down him. And again. Okay, thank you. Okay, next you. 56. No change. Do it. Missed. And out of AP on that. Out of AP. Yeah, we're just straight out of AP. Am I allowed? Am I allowed an Overwatch shot when I'm out of AP? I didn't know that was a thing. If it is, I'm going to take it. Oh, should have. Yeah, he was probably out of range. Hits me through the cover. Scully. Oh, did I miss Scully? We ain't on Team Trees anymore. Okay. I'm kind of wondering if we pull plug here. I would absolutely love some more loot, but we are going to get absolutely shredded. I think we're done here. Get me out. I need gunfire. And that gets me no gunfire, but does get me grenade. Can I just grenade without moving? Do it. Goodbye. Okay, then... I'm kind of pinned here. Let's move to there. And then let's delay and see if anyone moves into shot range. Oh, you got a guy behind me. The head plug goes wild. The RNG is tougher in the early game. You'll eventually get towns. Yeah, totally. I have to remind myself we are in the very early game here. Everything hits me all the time, and I struggle to hit. All right. Bleeding out. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Do it. Missed again. Wow. Okay, Dennis still doesn't have any shots, but no one is pinning him. And he really can't get to any good spaces either. Oh, we got that guy behind us. Actually, yeah, we got that guy behind us. He actually has a relatively heavy weapon, so that's something. And then we'll take a pistol shot. Nope. Oh, Dennis. Oh, Dennis. This is escalating badly. Okay. Can you please finish him? Dennis, can you please finish him? Let's get the cover. Thank you, Dennis. Man, we are going to end up with so much heat from this mission. My goodness. Okay, well, your turn is done. Sid. Biorecycler and first aid. I need you to first aid August. Alright, take a shot at the sniper. Thank you, finally. Maybe if we killed the sniper, this would be a little easier. 70%. And we're out of actions. I will do another link watch. I'm really shocked that I'm able to do this out of AP. Maybe I misunderstood, or I'm not remembering correctly. I thought I had to have AP left over when I used that. Alright, no one's got me covered at the moment. And I have a shotgun. I mean, those are usually good things. Yeah, I think we're far beyond caring if the camera sees us or not. Yeah, I need to move to here so I have lines of fire. I won't have one to him, but Noir will. Alright, do it. Alright. Please do some shotgun work. Please do some shotgun work. 71. Thank you. I love shotguns in games. That by far my favorite weapons. I'm out of juice. I mean, I guess we could take cover. I mean, none of that's gonna matter for what they're gonna do. I mean, I guess just make them come out of the room, so I might as well back up. Alright, the guy that was patrolling out front. And boy, this has gone completely foobar. Never go full foobar. Too late. It was too late. It was far too late. Okay, I have no queen shots. I do have an HE grenade. We're in for a penny, in for a pound at this point. I don't... Okay, I don't really have a good shot here. So no on that one. Man, that's so bad. Alright, let's move to here and still have some cover. And then we're gonna throw. Yeah, enjoy, buddies. Okay, August went first. I have 2 shots in the shoddy. Exactly what we need. Don't bother sneaking. Run to here. And 1. Didn't finish him. And 1. Did finish him. And then pistol. Got him. Okay. There's something. And you're out of actions. Taking cover. You probably have a shot, don't you? Fine. Wait, he can shoot me and I cannot shoot him. That is rather annoying. Yeah, that's fine. I do like SMGs too. Oh, gotta be kidding me. Alright, do I like pistols? I like pistols too. Man, 9. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have so much bloody heat and we're on like the first week. Oh man. Alright, well, whatever. We've killed literally everyone on the map currently. Let's get our mission objective. I've got hands on the drop box. The Syndicate Wire Ghost is dead and the drop box is recovered. That's 2 for 2 here. Ghoul soldiers aren't gonna let you slip away easy. Where's the exit mask? Got one lined up. You'll want to pull a tactical retreat to the nearby freight elevator. Sure. Run. Done. Those are proxy mines. We don't like proxy mines. Run to there. I don't remember. Are they going to be able to send in the reinforcements this turn? Apparently not. That is excellent. Okay, now if with you... If I save 1 action point... It's not running away, it's a tactical retreat. I'm pretty sure this is just running away at this point for me. No, not good. Not good. And you can actually pop Biomimic. Sure. Not trigger quite as many security things as I run through them. Okay, and Dennis. Dennis is just like, forget you guys, I'm out of here. Go there. As far as we can. I really hope the reinforcements spawn on the other side of the map. If they spawn over here, I'm going to be in some trouble. I'm going to have you wait. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, at least one good thing happened this mission. They at least spawned people not on one of my entrances. That went buttery smooth, like trying to spread frozen butter over 2-day French bread. I mean, it didn't go to plan. Let's just say that. It didn't go to plan. I'm gonna have so bloody much heat. That's just gonna be ridiculous. Alright, and you do extract. Yeah, you're also a little, you need a little cardio here, August. You're always the slow one on the team. Alright. Hopefully now, yeah, they're not even close enough to trigger. Hop in here, we're gone. Okay, well, rough start, but hey, anything you can extract from, we're out. We're out. The question is wounds and heat. Well played. Ghoul's goons never knew what hit them. Thank you, Octane. You're very kind. We have the drop box. It didn't look like they were going to be able to crack and access the Q endpoint, but they were trying, and would have been only a matter of time. A drop box like this isn't truly safe. Only a Cyberknight can move an endpoint completely secure. We're lucky they were being so careful. Ghoul didn't want the endpoint to become disentangled. He needed it in one piece. That Wire Ghost must have been a pro. Ghoul and his crew are none the wiser. We left the Wire Ghost dead in the gutter. Perfect. Your mercs impressed me with their AUG clinic, and you've shown your efficiency again. You're very kind, Octane. We've earned an additional 2 favors for completing the optional objective. Favors are powerful underworld currency. Look to your people. They did well tonight. I'll have mine double-check the Q endpoint. It has not been damaged or tampered with. One more heist, Octane, and the debt is gone. As we agreed, your debt has been canceled. Just connect the endpoint to the data center's host. Why is Ghoul really coming after you? We both work for the same D-Cartel boss, Henniger. As Syndicate runs its money, protection, gambling, entertainment, all those corpo snobs floating on down from the avenues in downtown right into our wallets. What's Ghoul to do but doesn't launder the money, just smashes some faces and dodges Brave Star. Syndicate boss Heiner is seeing my star rising and taking notes. Of course, it rankles some of her underlings. Alright, send us the brief for the job, and we'll start planning the heist. Please don't have weeks-long injuries. We're here to finish what we started, and then we'll see what happens next. The data center is cleverly hidden under an abandoned skyrise construction project. It'll only be lightly guarded because the protection is its camouflage. But you'll want to take a careful approach. Some Syndicate heavies are never far away. Give us time to do our work. Octane has moved the loan repayment back 1 month. Octane's loophole heist is ready to be planned. Okay, codenamed earned. He thinks it's Sparks. Little does he know. I don't remember if this shows wounds on this screen or not. Oh no, here we go. Injured for 7 days on my Scourge. That could have honestly been worse. That could have been worse. We got paid. Bonus pay for killing the wire ghost. We got the full mission payment, so 282,000 minus 40k, which is the team payment. We got XP. We got some bonus from our handling skill. We got 15 heat. Oh boy, are we hot. Continue to safe house. Only a casual 42 heat. Only a casual 42 heat. Okay, so step 1, injury. I'm actually going to send for treatment. No, I can't because you have a actual wound. This one, send for treatment. So we can have Dr. Ash treat her, which will lower the amount of time by 3 days. Does 3 days change anything on my timeline? Not really. She's gonna recover here. Nothing different is gonna happen between now and then. So I'm not gonna pay a doctor to heal her. Yep, walk it off. Chat's right, walk it off. We have 5 people ready to train. Let's do that quick. Oh my goodness, my time evaporated. Okay, here. Can I get a second use out of this? No, it's way up here. I'm not going to do that yet. I do like to have that, just so I always have that available on missions. But I find Tactical Surge is so ridiculously good. Lowers the cooldown. Lowers the cooldown. We're definitely lowering the cooldown. And I think I'm going to go for this next. I literally think this is the best power in the game. Legit. Getting 2 extra bonus points on your entire team, that's an extra shot. That's an extra sprint. That's an extra ability. That's a medkit use. I think this is amazing. So I'm going to max this out like lickety-split. Ready to train mask. Train. Here, we're going full greed, right? +1 favor or 10 for the influence or any. Plus 25% payment for street or syndicate contracts. Yep. Yep. We're definitely doing that. And then during mission playing can activate leverage that grants map knowledge. I think that'd be a cool one to have. And it's the same stat either way. This one actually travels deeper, so I'm going to take that one. My gunslinger leveled up. Class training. Now, what was the one we really liked here? Okay, throw bullet is kind of like distract. It's really nice when you need a second distract. I'm gonna grab that. Oftentimes, my gunslinger and my vanguard, they kind of play opposite, so I don't send them on the same mission. So this kind of guarantees that I'll have somebody who can distract guards on kind of A team and B team. Okay, August, train. All right, now this, dissolve is my favorite ability here so far. What do we have? We could lower cooldown. Lowers the AP cost. Increase the range. The range would be really nice. Reduce cooldown, increase range, gain an extra charge. I'm bringing a lot of recyclers with me, so I think I would rather lower the AP cost and give me extra range. That's going to help a ton. I'm really struggling getting in range of those bodies. That'll help a ton. Okay. And Dennis Sparks? No. No. Sparks? No. This is Red Hat. 1 or 2 words. I think he does it with 1. Yep. That's Red Hat, as in a Red Hat hacker, if I have to explain myself there. Ready to train. All right, here. Packet loss is the turn off random things. That's a nice one. Prank. I don't remember that. Debuff an enemy within 25 meters. The enemy will be picked Next time dispatches to investigate an event. Very interesting ability. Flash hack. When attacked by a drone, immediately debuff the drone with stunned. That's also really good. This feels like this has been redone since I've been in here. Spoof is very, very, very good. Prevents the AI from taking action during escalations while hacking. That's a really nice ability. Overclock is another great one. Baked Vitals. This one's okay. It turns off the body timer, but it doesn't get rid of the body. I would rather just dissolve them than that, frankly. Null Op, recover HP. Okay, this one increases the duration. I'm going to grab that. We have one more point. 30. I don't think I need that yet. I think I would rather have this one. Yeah, just a ton more stats when I'm hacking. We'll do that. I got morning stuff and practice in the afternoon. Oh, no problem, Ace. I'm winding down here too. I'm already over my 3-hour mark, unfortunately. In a couple weeks, I'll be able to stream longer. I won't have quite the time limit, but I'm still on my full-time work, so nothing I can do there. Okay, we're gonna definitely lay low until we start hitting some deadlines. 12 days on this heist is probably when we're gonna do it, so we'll at least be able to get some of this heat down. We have the loophole heist in 21 days and the forward op in 12. So when we come back on Wednesday, we will take a look at those two heists. Oh, I totally even spaced. Was my camera in an okay place? I totally spaced. I was probably on top of some important UI there. Reed hat. I think he can spell a little bit better than that. But yeah, that's an intro. Unfortunately, not the best play on either of those missions, but that's okay. We're shaking the rust off. We're shaking the rust off. You know, it's a used quantum spine. You can't expect 100% right out of the gate. But let's actually play just to do that. Let's pick our room. Building a nano scrubber. Now we've cleaned the room and upgraded the power. We're ready to build the first module. One of the most important modules is a nano scrubber, which fights deadly nano pollution. We need to construct the module. Go to room management. We will do that. We will start a nano scrubber. And we'll start building that. And that's where we're going to end there for that. So, welcome back in, Sin. Good to see you again. I'm glad you're enjoying. Welcome in everybody else. My plan is we'll be same time on Wednesday with some more Cyberknights. For longer channel viewers, we'll be Friday, we'll do Dominions. And probably Sunday, we're going to do House of Legacy. So, quite a grab bag of content this week. The following week will probably be something similar. And then I'm going to be switching to a summer schedule. So I'm going to do a lot more streaming. We'll most days have an AM and a PM stream. And Cyberknights is definitely going to be in that. I'm going to put it in much heavier rotation. So unfortunately, I still have kind of a heavy work schedule for this week and next week. So it's going to be a little bit light, but then we'll really hit it and we'll dig in pretty deep. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. That helps YouTube. Share it out to other people. People really need to see Cyberknights. It's an amazing game. If you like heists, if you like cyberpunk, if you like XCOM tactical combat, this is really good. Like, 2 Babel thumbs up good. I definitely give this one a suggestion. And the Trace brothers have an excellent reputation for literal years of support. Like, at least I would say weekly patches and like substantial patches. So I have full faith that this game is only going to get better as time goes. We already know within the next 10-ish days, we're getting a new class. So it's a coming. Beyond that, if you are not a subscriber, I'd welcome you in. I hope this has earned your subscription. I'd love to have you back here or in videos. And if you'd like to go above and beyond, you can always leave a super thanks. You can join me live for a super chat or consider becoming a channel member. Any way you support the channel, even if it's just here and hanging out, is always appreciated. All right, builders, get out there and get your spinal surgery done and check back in with me on Wednesday. All right, Cyber Knight, Quantum Knight, out. I will see you there. Have a good one.